do remember seeing Ace and Nada's profile up on the screen for about a few seconds when I hopped in. Then it just went away.
Maybe it's like offline call duration thingy. I mean, could be that.
Perhaps, but who knows, really.
Typing. Time where I can't remember NPC's name. So sad. God. I remembered it. Oh my god. Oh wow. So, how have you guys been doing?
Sorry, I'm trying to read all the things you gave to me and sort out stuff I've like. Oh, oh my god, so much an overload of information. Ugh.
Oh my god, I just realized something really big happened. Map disappeared! Woo! This is amazing. Uh,
I
I'll
had a
show
pretty good
you.
weekend though. It was
Nice.
good.
Session went well, I'd imagine. Look at the map, guys! What the fuck? Put the map back on.
I see new Istro, new Kalo, and stuff.
Do
It's
you?
green. Yeah, it's very green.
How tiny is it?
It's not very tiny. Oh, what? What is going on? Whoa. Whoa, it's like. What? What? What are you doing?
Okay, I think it's normal now. Is it?
Look, yeah, it looks normal.
Okay.
Looks right, yeah.
Whew.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. You had, like. Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
Phew. But yeah. Ace, why Ace? Why Ace, why?
Yeah, now it says he's offline. Why? What's going on with that? Hmm. Sorry. Sorry. Ugh.
Ha ha ha. Preparation.
Yes.
Time is always good. Well, we gave them the time that they need, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He could just show up when he shows up. He'll be here eventually, if he is, or you know, he won't be. It's whatever, right?
That's for Ace. For Excel, what's up? I guess. Tragedy. Woo.
Howdy there, sirs.
Very good.
Sorry about that. I'm very sorry.
No problem. We have 2 people missing as well on top of you, so what the fuck?
Well, there was something that I started at like it was 7:45 for me, and I thought I would have it done by 8 when the game starts for me, and I didn't.
No worries. But yeah, right now we do have 2 people missing, so I'm thinking. I think I'm just gonna play around it. Which is tragedy, but oh well. Then let's get the session started. So last time in the Monday session, you guys were fighting bunch of undeads. There was a horde of around 80 undeads that were surrounding this this man, I guess, human.
Is he a human? He's a human.
Yeah,
like
I'm
me.
I'm a human male.
Yeah, human males, go us!
Human males. Whoa. Yeah, my descriptions are coming out really bad here, but yeah.
He had a large forehead and odd eye tattoos on his arm.
Yeah, and this guy was being surrounded by 80 undeads and was fighting off this Death Knight as well while being assaulted by these things. And Zordred landed on the middle of them and started punching them, and then you guys all came down. Although some of you wanted to run away without fighting, and some of you wanted to fight to the death, so there was a huge confusion over there. And after the fight, you guys noticed, well, the Death Knight just like and vanishes, and obviously he swears that he will see you again. For sure. And you guys are currently left in there. All the undeads have been killed or scattered, and in the middle battlefield, which I'm gonna put you back in. Is it the right map? It's the wrong map. Okay, that's a big world map. Yeah. So you guys are currently over here. Ship is currently hovering on the ground pretty closely, and yeah.
Well, that just happened, guys. I honestly did not expect that to happen.
Well, you led the way, Zordred. Your valiant efforts always impress Yogg, and so I couldn't help but come to your aid, as always.
Well, I appreciate you getting my back. It wasn't my intention to fight, though. I honestly saw. I'm sorry. What is your name, stranger?
Ryan.
Ryden?
Ryan.
Ryan. Okay. Ryan. You were surrounded by the undead monstrosities.
Then we smite it in the name of Yogg Slagoth. Ah, praise him.
Yeah, I don't really know why you guys stayed and fought. You have a giant flying boat.
Well, here's my thing, and I'm going to try to be as polite as possible in this, is, as I was coming in your direction, you were fighting them. As soon as we got there, you flew off, and I noticed you just watching us fight.
Yes, by Yogg, I must say, are you not a wizard? You have the ability to fly minus some broom. I would call you a witch minus the broomstick, sir. But you can fly, but you do no combat against these assailants of yours? What madness is this? And trust me, I would know about madness.
These aren't abilities that I want. They're abilities that I have and I use if I need to.
Oh, well then, with Yogg's blessing, you should strike up the band and fight while the fight is good. For the great feast is almost upon us, and you should use it while you are welcome.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to feast. These are a curse. I want to be a fisherman, but I can't. I have these abilities, and I hurt anyone I get close to. I'm on a mission to get rid of this.
Well, maybe Yogg can help. Come here, young one. I used to be a medicine man, and I know all about ailments. And I rest my hand on like his shoulders, and I began my mental abilities, because I have the what is that ability? Hold on.
I'm having trouble getting Roll20 to load correctly. Is anyone else having trouble?
Nope, it's fine.
Okay, I got a new computer, so I'm trying to... It's my first time getting on Roll20.
Oh, man. I have Awakened Mind. I can touch the minds of willing creatures and telepathically communicate with them.
Okay.
I can do that without touching someone.
Well, I don't need to touch you. I just chose to. I can do it within 30 feet, so...
So can I. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so I just grab you and I start try to be like, let me ease your pain in your mind, and I use some of my paladin abilities for, I guess I cast Cure Wounds or something. See if that helps.
I wouldn't assume so. It's up to the DM. I do have constant headaches that can be solved in a certain way, but
Interesting.
you remember that?
Would the paladin ability of lay on hands, where you use...
Why don't you roll religion
5.
check?
Who?
Mick.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. DC will be hard.
Hard?
One short.
No!
As the divine light shines upon you. Oh my god, I need to get the thing. Ryan, you feel as the divine light shines on you. It kind of feels better, but you're not quite sure that it was permanent or not. But as the light shines and it ends, it kind of goes away, and there's still residing headaches.
Yeah, that didn't help too much.
Well, Yogg's gaze must be elsewhere, since we defeated his mighty foes this day, and I still must prepare for his feast. He has other needs of me, but I will assist you in this manner if you wish to be cured. That seems like a noble quest, friend.
Well,
'Cause-
right now I have a lead.
All right.
So a couple weeks ago, my parents died, and I went through
Tragic.
their notes. And I heard of a dude named Perfect Green, and I'm after him because I think he might be the reason I have these abilities. Maybe, or maybe he can cure them or something.
Let us mourn your parents. What a church. Did you say perfect green?
Yeah.
Guys, did you
Yeah, I heard it.
I also
Yog has blessed us this day, let us praise him, yes!
Is this someone you know? Is it a friend of yours?
When did
No.
you acquire your powers, Ryan?
Wait.
I don't know. It feels like it was. What's today's date? Time has been meshing. I don't know. I don't know how much time has passed. What is today's date?
It's the 20th moon in the cold months.
I don't. Oh my god! It's been like 2 months.
Oh, okay. Well,
Here, give me a sec. I'm going to head off call and then head.
Okay. Has anyone explained to Bubble about Perfect Green?
I'd assume we did it like
Yeah.
off camera. She's been with us like that 2 weeks we traveled.
Okay.
You know.
I mean, we
from
didn't.
Silvermine.
I didn't explain it to her. I don't really deal with wizard types, so like,
I'd
there's
say-
a wizard. Ah!
I would say like the walk back from Silver Lake to New Eastro, she'd probably be asking questions about her friend in Perfect Green, and we probably would have answered them then, at least from the knowledge that we knew.
All right, Naga, you back?
Yep, I'm back.
All right. Also, as you're talking, you see this gray slime person that you saw before, kind of like was cheering on last time, kind of like slime towards you, and says that, were you experimented like me?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm stumbling through the world right now. I'm asking all the same questions you guys are. I know my name. I know where I came from. I know my goal.
And I know I need fish at this great feast, so come with me, young fisherman.
So Ryan, one thing I still have a question on, because it's going to bother me if I don't ask.
We're gonna ask about tattoos.
surrounded- No, I didn't know you had tattoos until you just mentioned it. But
Oh yeah, my character has eyes tattooed from his shoulder down to his forearm, and then he also has like a little tribal band around his calf. I thought I mentioned that before. I'm sorry.
well, actually, after the fact, I remember your drawing that you posted like a week or two ago.
The joke is that he had the eye tattoos before he had psychic powers.
Okay.
What's your question?
Yes. What the hell were you doing out here in the middle of the fucking nowhere, surrounded by undead?
I figured without a lead, wandering around was better than sitting there doing nothing. And I came across this horde of undead, and I just, I tried to hide, but it didn't work out very well. You'd be surprised how much I just get randomly attacked.
Okay, so you don't know why they were here or any their purpose or anything of the sort like that.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Well, shit. Have you ever seen an ancient dragon before?
No, I haven't seen an ancient dragon. I'm not like an adventurer like you people. This is all new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 months ago, I was a normal fisherman.
Well, I think you're going to become an adventurer now, at least until your powers go away. So we'll protect you, but you're also going to have to protect us using those powers. Because we can't do much protecting of you unless you help also protect us.
I can try.
Good.
I'm sorry if I end up hurting you by accident.
I'd rather you do that than just watch idly by as hordes of undead surround
Like
us.
like you just said,
Okay.
it's better to do something, even if you get attacked by undead, than sit around and do nothing. Right?
Right,
Yes.
right. What's your name? What's your guys' names? I just kind of jumped on your ship.
Yeah. I'm Zordred.
And could you describe the way he looks as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no, I can see him. I can see his token. Well, it's really light skinned for a half orc.
Yes. He is very, very pale for a half orc. He holds. He wears a very dark black, nice breastplate with a carved symbol of his barbarian tribe. I mean, to you, it just looks like shapes and lines and stuff. And on his back, protruding like from his shoulders, are the handles of a warhammer and a rapier that you saw him pull out when he landed next to you. And yeah, that's the gist of him for now.
Okay, so you're Zordred, and you?
And
I
I'm
just point
I'm
to the closer.
yes, I'm Michaelius. Yeah, last name's not important. Everyone just calls me Mick, Mick the Mad, but that's really insulting. Please don't say that. You could just call me Mick or Father Mick, as I
call him-
was an abbey for a
I
while.
call him Mick the Hungry.
Mad like crazy or mad like angry?
I swear I'm not angry all that often. You know, there are some things that upset me from time, but I think that's normal. You know, so. Anywho, you would see him, and he's kind of stooped over, and he's got like normal, just kind of bland blue, like light blue robes, and poking out of that is like his chainmail. So you can tell he's like well armored underneath some just bland like tabards and stuff that are not very well up to like they're not new, they're old. So like he's not well kept at all, and his bald head is kind of sticking out of his hood, and he's got just some equipment sticking out of his pack haphazardly, and he's not really well kept, but dark circles under his eyes. He doesn't look like he's sleeping too well, but he's pretty jovial all the same. So
Nice to meet you. So, the other crew members?
Hi. My name's the name be Lograf Valumas. Pleasure to meet you. What you would notice about Lograf, he's probably a little bit on the tall side, probably about between 3.5 to 4 feet tall. And for a goblin, he's very has like a slender, very slender build. He's got black hair that's currently tied up into a bun, but if he were to take it out of the bun, it would be long and asymmetrical, probably running it down past his shoulders, down to his shoulder blades. But and his skin's probably a little bit different from what you would see with normal goblins, like other than like the tan or the typical green that you'd see with most goblins. He's actually a mix of like it looks like he's made out of like stone and sand almost, like his color. And
So we got a lot of people that are normally greenskins that just aren't.
Yeah, and you would notice that if you take a look at his face, like his eyes are a deep shade of green with a little bit of hazel within the iris, and underneath his left eye, you can see a jagged, not too huge, but definitely noticeable once you look at it, a scar running underneath his left eye, going into the corner of his somewhat pointed nose.
Cool.
And what he usually tries to find out where the his big deal is that he's got some kind of he's on an assignment, so to speak, but he'll probably fill you into that when that time comes, if need be. He's just
Okay.
tagging along with the rest of the crew for the time being. And the other thing that you notice is that the breastplate, you see him that he's wearing like a breastplate right now, but it's made of like a darker darker kind of type of metal. One that you probably aren't familiar with, but you probably would figure it out if he would probably tell you what it is if you asked him. And then on either side of him, you'll probably notice that he has a dagger on each of his hip and also a little hand crossbow along his side as well.
Cool. So I'm going around trying to get your guys' characters envisioned.
And Axel?
Hi.
Hi, and you are?
I'm playing the character Yenmorn.
No, he's in character. He's asking. Yeah.
Oh, he looks cool. I was looking at his token.
Wait, am I supposed to explain in or out of character? I'm thinking third
Either.
or first person. Okay.
I mean, I'd imagine out of character you describe what he looks like.
Well, third person, he's basically just the definition of a knight in shining armor, except for the fact that he's really fucking old.
Cool.
And he has definitely seen stuff. But
And how would he greet the haggard man in front of him?
a strong, firm handshake. If being around him, you would probably assume that he's a very proud type. Yeah, like he's done things in his life and he's very proud of what he has accomplished.
Cool. And Ryan will probably shake his hand back. And I never really described Ryan himself as much as I've been playing him. I sent a picture, but I don't know if everybody's seen it. He's like pretty average height, a fit build, but not like a bulky guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't go to the gym or anything. He didn't lift in his free time, but he's like, he's a manual laborer in the Middle Ages, so he's not fat or anything. He's got messy brown hair and like super, super dark bags under his eyes. Like he hasn't slept at all in the 2 months that he's had these abilities. He has brown, simple brown pants. His chest is wrapped in like boxer tape. No shoes at all. He has a brown satchel over his shoulder, and he has what looks like a cape that's supposed to be a robe, but instead he tied the arms around his neck, and it's all ripped up and dirty, and he's dirty, and he has these eye tattoos on his arms, and an oddly clean-looking white necklace with a red gem in the center.
All right.
Now the introductions are done.
Except one. The slime thingy that you see waves at you and say, "I'm Bubble." It looks like a dark silvery slime, although it is taking a form of a humanoid.
Ooh, one last thing. I'm sorry. He doesn't wear armor, but in combat, you notice that things sort of push away from him like a magnet that's the same pole. So it's not just like people missing. It's more like, whoa. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, that's that. And you guys are still in the middle of the field. It is open and their undeads have been defeated, but they're not much in the area at the moment. The ship is going to dock on the ground. What do you guys do?
Well, last we saw, our objective was still over that giant rocky hill. Probably the fastest way isn't there walking. Should we get back on this ship and have Yenmorn fly us, or?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Can we take a quick rest though? I'm a little beat up, and I don't know how Nimzer is gonna like us walking in.
Hey, I could go for a bit of a rest right now. I'm feeling a little It's stiff at the moment.
That's fine by me. I don't really like the ship. It makes me all nauseous. I'd rather camp here on the ground. And now that we've cleaned the area out, it's I could
You
use a
don't
little
like
bit
ships?
of food.
You don't like ships?
Not ones that go through the sky. It's a little unnatural. It's just
What if we
I don't
just
know.
put up like
Seems like home to me.
In other words, what he's saying is he's a wee bit afraid of heights, aren't you?
just we didn't have to fly so
Just saying,
high.
well,
You
what if
know,
we just
like
go up like
Well, it's a
30 feet?
well, it's a ship flying to the bloody sky. What do you think it's going to be?
Jinjin doesn't like it either, do we? Do you, Jinjin? Ah!
How does this thing fly, by the way?
I don't know. But don't take
you
out
don't
the
know?
Be the
yeah, no,
question you want to ask the captain.
Do none of you
Honestly.
know how this ship that you're on works?
That guy does.
And who do you
Pointing
point to?
to Yenwon.
Honestly, if you don't want like a full detailed description, then I should ask you to speak to my former captain Morton, because he's the reason why I'm on this ship.
I mean, is it magic? If it's
Yeah,
magic,
yeah,
you can just say it's magic.
Yeah, it's magic. It's enchanted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's divine power.
Well, I think I've heard of people flying with like weird like wing thingies. I don't know.
Wing.
I'm not an air guy. Wing thingies, like wing thingies.
Are you referring
He-
to it?
He
you
grabs
referring-
his head in anger, like he's frustrated.
Are you referring to a helicopter?
A what?
I don't know. Yog whispers me sometimes about things called helicopters. They're like dragonflies, but bigger. Or
No, it's
something.
like one big wing, and they get in the one big wing, and they
No,
just.
I
And
don't know.
He grabs his head again and kind of grunts.
I just imagine a small child making the little paper boats they float down streams, but instead of through the sky or something. That sounds silly, doesn't it? Hmm?
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
This is a boat in the sky. Yeah, let's.
I don't like
You
it.
guys want to camp on the ground? That's fine with me.
Okay. Who's taking first watch?
I'll take the first watch.
No, you need your rest. You almost died. You know what? I don't have any low light vision like you and Zordred do. Let me take first watch.
Right now it's very early in the morning. You guys arrived here early in the morning and was fighting. It's like a lunchtime, I guess, right now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
You guys-
it's nowhere close to be dark.
Okay. And we're only taking a short rest for like a little bit of time, I guess.
That's what I figured you guys were talking about.
You can take
Long
a
rest
Okay.
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm fine with the short rest.
Okay. Well, then whomever.
I can keep watch for you guys if that's really important.
Also, don't forget
Good.
about the elemental method that you guys are currently,
Yeah. Yeah, I need to speak with my
dusty.
elemental companion.
Hey, I
Or
forget.
guide.
Whenever you, I have a question because I forgot because I don't do it that often. Whenever you roll hit dice during a short rest, do you add your con modifier or is it just the
You
die?
add con modifier, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I also need to sleep. Can I sleep? Or should we
Sleep?
wait for that?
You can sleep during the short rest, yes. Take a nap.
Yes. Yes.
Actually,
Although-
so what is my HP at?
Oz written, no? Have you
It just said 0.
has anyone healed them back up using any spells? If not, you should be able to.
Yes, I used my my whatchamacallit, my lay on hands. He should have at least 10.
Alright.
I am at 10 right now.
Well, I have 10 more points for lay on hands to use, so if someone needs it in the future. Does it restore on short rest? Because I could give people more if it does, but I think it restores on long rest.
Yeah.
If you can drop 3 points on me and like heal this with like 1 scratch, it's just really bothering me. Like I'd feel 100%.
And also, you guys are taking short rest. You notice one thing. Those with a high enough perception, over 15, would notice that among the pile of zombies that you have murdered, one zombie is currently standing up, and it is like shiny as bubble.
Guys, there's undead rising out of the corpses,
No,
and it is looking.
the dude shot him with the arrow that turned him into metal, I think.
What the hell? What
Oh
in the
my
name
god!
of
And
vines
Bubble,
is that?
Bubble walks over it and starts smashing it. Does anyone join? Does anyone join in smashing?
I let Bubble do her thing.
If I remember correctly, there was a mercury arrow or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I think Ace mentioned something about capturing the zombie or something, but I don't know. That was in character or out of character. But...
Yeah, she totally did want us to. I would rather sleep though, so I would like to roll for sleep.
Alright, however, if you are rolling for... If you're sleeping, rule-wise, the other sleeping thing kicks in, so you're automatically fail the short rest. Technically.
Oh, would I? Okay,
Because,
I will subtract the hit points.
Yeah.
But what if I only like sleep for like 1 hour? Or like it only if I
Well,
roll a
short
1
rest
or a
is
2?
1 hour, that's a problem.
Oh, it's a short rest
Short rest is 1 hour, and then your effect is only 1 hour, right? So,
Okay, then I won't. Never mind.
Okay, it is hilarious, but if you want to do it for hilarious purposes,
Nah, I don't want to auto fail. That's no good. I'll do it later. I want to surprise these guys later. It'll be fun.
All right.
So I'll take the 6. I'll take the 6 hit points. It's fine.
Okay.
And I will go help Bubbles with the. Why am I not on the? Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
We'll go help Bubbles destroy the.
Okay.
I suppose subdue the thing. I don't know. Since we're trying to capture it, how would we capture
Once
it?
his health goes down to 0, it turns into a puddle, and you notice the puddle starts to get her forms again and regenerates. And Bubble, looking at it, is like, I really don't want to eat this thing. I mean, I know what it was before it died.
Georgia yelling, "Burn it! Burn it with
Bubbles.
fire!"
Bubbles, he wanted to capture it. I think we need to find some way to contain or store it, or maybe in separated pieces so it can't come back together. Do we have any of those vials around, or maybe some containers?
I mean,
Oh yes, with all the trees around, Zordred. Yes.
You
You
have
see
a
all these
torch,
trees?
don't you?
All these rocky trees?
Take out your torch.
wanna waste
actually,
torches.
we can just dump it in there and point it at the acid pool. No, the pool that is like smoking currently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, I need to roll
Hey,
Constitution.
can I make a Arcana check with my knowledge of nexuses to see if this is a good idea?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, roll Arcana check. And Bubble will say, it's dangerous for you to touch. I'll do it. Just give me a box.
A box. Do we have a box?
I don't know. I have to scoop it somehow.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look and see what we got.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
god, Zurdred with natural 20, the inspiration with the band of intellect, you're thinking. Your brain turns on and is calculating all the possibilities of what could go wrong. You cannot go wrong.
Sweet.
It likely will destroy, although you think putting mercury on the water is probably a bad idea, but you'd imagine that if it is hot enough, it'll evaporate or just sink on the ground.
You just need something to scoop something up with.
That'd be nice.
Okay, can I use my creation spell to make like a bucket?
Oh my god, is it 5th level? Holy shit. Yes, you can. You can create a bucket. What would you like to make a bucket out of?
Stone bucket. No, because it's probably like some acidic crap. That's the thing, right? So the duration, I guess the duration doesn't matter. It's gonna be doing it pretty quickly.
Made an adamantine bucket.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make it adamantine bucket because that's only 1 minute. I'm gonna make it out of precious metals,
Okay.
which lasts 1 hour.
So
So
were you gonna make it like out of gems, like diamond bucket?
no, that's a dumb idea.
It is a precious metal. Okay, what precious metal are you?
Diamond is not a metal. Diamond
Okay,
is not a
that's true,
metal.
that's true.
It's a gem. Platinum bucket.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
put my I put my index finger, my middle finger on like my temples, and I go like, and I make a bucket out of thin air.
Okay, Stone is taking the bucket. Like, you look like you're in pain. Does it worsen when you use your power?
Yes, it does hurt. A lot.
I think we had other buckets though, but I'll use this. It's like it is a really nice bucket. And gonna go and Donna is like scooping up all the mercuries with her hands. And
Also, after I do that, I would like to spend 7 sorcery points to make a 5th level spell slot again because I wasted a 5th level spell slot on that.
all right.
I cast Mage Hand and help her pick up the pieces with the Mage Hand.
Yep. It takes like a 2 or 3 run to the nearby water sources. Probably she's using this one, just dumping over there. She's just dumping. Comes back, pull it, dump it.
The Mage Hand is helping like carry small like brain parts and throwing it in there.
Yeah, and you notice that the parts, even though they're melting, they're constantly regenerating. But you know they soon starts to fail and actually like seeps and dissipates. If anyone is watching what is happening in the lake. All right, and does anyone else want to do anything in the short rest?
Well, I need to talk to Dusty about freeing his Mephit friends from these things.
Oh yeah, Dusty
Can I-
is. Yeah, I guess we can hear everyone and then process that one at a time. So you want to talk to Dusty and
Yeah.
do what? Yeah, George.
What?
You want to do something? Was it Logres who wanted to do something? Someone said something. I don't know.
I mean, I was gonna type in freaking roll 20, just have a little chat with Logral,
Okay, that's perfect.
just to
All
see
right.
how he's doing. Yeah.
Then I'll do with Dusty. Okay, Dusty was waiting on the ship. He have seen the U.S. murder a whole bunch of them, and has a ship that moves really fast. So he didn't run away. He's like waiting on the mask, like looking at you guys, and you approach him. Yeah, I'll put the tuck in for Dusty. Dusty. And I
Another
will
D, alright.
Color him with yellow.
Yeah, because he's brown. He's a mud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. Yeah. You see, as you approach, it's like, Master, did you require anything?
Well, we just handled a great deal of these undead problems, but the thought occurred to me that you had trouble with these guys. Your friends, you can see that Mick is having trouble with the language or whatever, but he's trying to get the point across that Dusty's friends is like the other Mephits that were turned into the zombie slaves. You know, like he's like, hey, did I kill any of them? Or like, what happened to them? And is there a way that we can free them from the dark powers or something?
Dusty's gonna roll. And he says that, Master, I think they're dead. Master.
They didn't go back to your elemental plane? They're dead?
Master, I don't know what happened to. I need to go back there to see if they're okay, Master. But I mean, they turned into those things, so I assume that they are dead, Master. So please don't kill me, Master. Don't beat me to them.
Okay, I'm sorry. You don't need to freak out. I was hoping maybe you had some insight on how to free your brothers so that we would have some more helping hands. Obviously, we want you guys to be at the joyous feast as well. You know, that would be good to have more the merrier. But
I just roll what Dusty knows about, these things.
Yeah.
And Dusty is like,
Yes, master. There are a bunch of them walking around in here, master.
Well, just make sure you keep your eyes peeled for any more. Let us know, and we're gonna continue on forward here in a little bit. Oh, and Jinjin bothers him for like a little bit, trying to like squawk at him, and because they're like about the same size, right? Like.
as you are
Trying to, like,
walking
chase him
away,
around.
Dusty says,
Master, will you, how long would you plan to stay here, master?
Stay where?
In the spring, master, in here.
No, we don't plan on staying long. We're here to visit an ally in our quests, and once we leave, we might no longer need your assistance, or we might require it again. I don't know.
Yes, master, yes.
and he goes and we'll be playing with Jinjin.
Yeah.
Although he's really bad at playing with Jinjin. I don't know what Jinjin does for fun, but EP is doing some sort of play. Was he playing with him?
Yeah, so like if Method knew how to like play with him, like kind of taunt him with like imaginary fish, Jinjin would like hop about with it, or like do like fake little tricks or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like slide on his belly, and then the Method would ride him sliding on his belly throughout like the ship or something. I don't know.
It's like
It'd be funny.
Mepid making a fake fish, and Jinjin can tell it's a fake fish.
Yeah.
And EP sliding along with Jinjin. He'll know that after sliding, his belly is full covered with mud. It's like and it gets on the clothes. It didn't work too well for playing. But I'll say that unless you guys have anything specific you want to do during the short rest, I'll say that all of you are fully rested. So roll any number of hit point die if you want to spend it, and gain hit point. And I'll say that it's around like a 3 p.m. There's it's still bright out here, and you guys are with the ship, and everyone is on board? Question mark. But I guess it's okay. You can talk now instead of typing too.
Okay, so whenever he hears that you've been through threats like that, and you mention the scar, he immediately like covers his mouth like he's trying to hold back vomit. Like he's extremely like anxious at this whole ordeal.
No. Yep. This is your life now, Ryan. Enjoy.
What's going on with ones?
Oh my god.
So
Are you a
sad.
fighter or are you a paladin? I couldn't tell by the way you described your character.
Who?
Both.
Both who?
Yemornen.
Yenmorn. Because he was also rolling d10s, which they both have, so I still couldn't tell.
Yes, what am I up to? You'll never know.
I do not have any alcohol.
I
For
could use some
myself.
alcohol right now.
Yeah,
I know, that's why I was looking.
I wonder if I could create alcohol.
you could try, definitely. Yeah.
Would that count as plant or vegetable matter, since it's like fermented?
Honestly, yes.
Fruits and
I
stuff?
mean, it's technically made out of grapes, so.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that now.
I mean, it's
But, like-
Fusamo. It should be able to create some more things. Yeah, I'm. Okay.
I mean, okay, if I'm thinking about how long it lasts, right? Okay, so vegetable matter lasts 1 day. So if I create wine at before I take a long rest, it would still be there whenever I got the spell slots back.
Yeah, I'll say that drunkenness would stay? Question mark.
No. I don't drink it until I wake up the next morning.
I know, but if you drink
It's just
it,
it lasts.
if you drink it and if your spell ends, would you be undrunk or That's a weird question, so I'm gonna say that you probably stay drunk, but it will be like
I wonder.
easy check. It will be DC 10 Arcana check for you to do it. I'll say that modifying.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, but
I'm not doing that right now, but he's definitely wants some alcohol.
yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, let's get going. Off to Namzura.
Off to Namzura.
All right.
Let's get this
Yamor,
over with.
Yamor, can you describe the manner you drive the ship towards Namzara? And I think you have control of a ship token, do you?
I'm just seeing this orange part, by the way. I don't know if that's what everyone else is seeing, or if you guys are looking at the world map.
Yeah, move your ship into wherever you want to go.
Where am I supposed to go?
Well, we know which way Namzura is at because
She's
of
here.
that.
She's here. Let's go there.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you for pinging because I was thinking here. So yeah.
We just gotta go right there.
Oh,
Up and over.
Yeah, this is, I guess,
Up
like a
and
memory
over!
test.
I fail.
All right.
Super!
Also, you fly over, and how high are you flying the ship at the moment?
I think we had a
60,
long discussion.
650 feet. He's gotta go over the mountains and up and down again. Oh my god, it's a memory test. I hate this.
Yeah, high as fuck, higher than a mountain.
All right. Mountain reaches around like 100 to 200 feet. That is like there. So you'd be staying like at 300 feet.
Yeah, 200, 300 feet, somewhere in between there. Yeah.
All right. And those with high enough perception. Who has the highest perception here?
I think Lograph
And
does.
what's the number?
Passive perception. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
19. Let me double.
Okay, 19 sounds good enough for me. Roll perception checks, I guess. You're looking... If your character is looking down, while like flying over to where the ship is currently.
Mick is
And
very scared and not
Rick,
very good
it's-
at it, I
it's-
guess.
It's pretty high up on the air. It's kind of hard to tell what's down there at 300 feet up. But why don't you roll for Lograth?
Alright, perception.
If you're looking down, that is. Yeah. If
Yeah, I'll
your
work
character be
that.
inside relaxing, then you don't need to roll because you're inside relaxing. Yeah.
Can I roll as well? Because I imagine that this dude, first time flying on a ship, he's probably taken in all the sights.
You could, but it is kind of hard to see like what's down there, as you're pretty high up. But you could roll with. Actually,
I already have disadvantage. That's part of my headaches complication, remember?
All right. Yeah. Roll with disadvantage.
I do have a spyglass, if you want to borrow it.
2. Nat 1.
It's actually pretty good sight. So
Wait a minute. We're still in this area, so nat 1s still don't happen.
Oh yes. The one thing that I forgot to mention last session, I believe, is that this session there is a weird magic in place, the grand magic that is empowering you. So if your dice roll is multiplied by +1, so 19 is a nat 20 and 1 is 2.
Okay, so I have 3.
You notice that there's very colorful pools of waters in this area, and as well as a geyser that is like spewing out several hundred feet. Like actually not 700 feet. So most of them are like less than 60 feet, like spewing up. It is quite beautiful sight that you would not see as a regular fisherman, but also it looks quite scary. This is something that you would never see otherwise. And Logras, also you're looking around for this on the ground. You guys kind of passed on the way, but you saw like the red dots around this area.
Red dots.
Yeah.
I did not see you ping. Oh, there it is.
I'll ping with red color with shift ping. But yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Go
That's
that
where
direction.
I see.
Logra see that there's like beside the pool there's like a red dot.
Go that direction. Little cave outlet right there.
Well,
And yeah, the ship made a full turnaround.
we can't just
Whoa.
make a 180. That's not how ships work.
But that is Logras tell you. How does Logras tell the captain? Yeah. If you do.
Well,
that is, yeah.
as soon as you would see the red dot, he's going to point out to the captain and who else is red dot. I see a red dot around there, right around spring. And
Are
he
we looking for red dots?
kind of like point down to where he saw it. To the captain.
Yeah, other people who now is looking at that direction can roll. Still kind of hard to see, so DC will be hard, but you can attempt to see.
Well, I mean, I still have a spyglass, so I do believe I can ignore that roll.
If you use a spyglass to see it, you see that there is the dragon. There is a big red dragon. Currently, his head is peeking out of water. Major of the body is currently submerged, and it's like you see the broken wings, like a bunch of holes. Yeah, so you see that without having checked outside. Yeah, more with the spyglass. Spyglass is fucking expensive. Did you know it's like $1,000? 1,000 gold?
Yep.
It's like, holy fuck! What is?
I mean, yeah. Imagine what kind of like tempered glass that's made specifically to zoom. I mean, I'd imagine that would cost a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I make a survival check to see if it's alive?
Medicine check you can do so to see
Oh.
if it's alive.
Okay, I thought that would be much up more close and personal, but okay.
It's hard to tell from this distance. It's not moving though.
Mm. Well, there's a dragon down there.
Lower the boat.
There's a dragon down there.
Yeah. Lower the bout.
I believe that is why we
Wait. He's gonna stop and he's gonna look and he's gonna
support.
hold up a bloody second. You tell me that there's a fucking dragon down there? A fucking dragon?
Yes, that's why we came. But before lowering the boat, maybe we should just lower Zordred.
Are you all insane?
Good idea.
I do not. After having a brush of death with the goddamn Death Knight, I do not look forward to getting roasted to death by a damn dragon.
Hear me out. Hear me out. It's just Zordred.
It's just George.
No?
Come again? You got me confused. Explain, Nick. Please go on.
Okay, so we have a flying boat. There's a dragon. If we lower Zordred, who knows the dragon, we lower him down so he can talk to the dragon, and then it's just Zordred. Or, if you want, I can go, and Yogg will protect me.
Why are you even messing with the dragon?
They know stuff about this perfect green. Is it perfect green, Zordred? I don't even know. It's not really my quest. I'm just here to help.
It's a dragon. You could. There's so many different ways you could. And he just starts freaking out.
It's a red dragon.
I have to agree with the new blood on this one. This is madness. But if you really think that if you guys do know that if you guys are acquainted, so to speak, with this dragon, I'll let you guys go through with this. But just let you know, the second this dragon sets this ship on fire, I'm bailing.
Yeah. No, there's like
Oh, you know
habits
him?
that band. 10-15% chance. I don't know. We'll find out.
He turns to Ryan.
I mean,
Yeah,
last time I
someone-
talked to him was about 200 years ago, so we'll see how it goes.
Loga turns to Ryan. He says, from what I understand, yes, it seems that Zordred and them are somewhat acquainted with this dragon. It still doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm just going along with it at this point.
Mick slaps you
I
on the
thought
shoulder.
dragons were like the bad guys, like, you know, kidnapping princesses, hoarding treasure, killing people.
This isn't the...
Oh my god.
I mean,
This
in
dragon
some
helps
circumstances
save
maybe,
the
but for the most part,
continent.
this is not a goddamn fairy tale.
It sure feels like it. You gotta know, this dude legitimately is a commoner. He doesn't even know the difference between like chromatic dragons and metal dragons. They're all dragons to him.
It's working out
He's-
great at the moment. So.
Very uneducated on this kind of thing.
Once we get to New East Girl, I think we'll have a bit of an educational lesson on the different types of. Not all dragons are inherently evil.
Okay. Okay, you know what? I trust you guys. You guys are cool. Whatever you want to do. I have no place to interfere here.
Listen. Good fisherman, sir. You wanted to find perfect green. This dragon knows about perfect green, so it just makes sense. If you have another lead about perfect green, we'll take you up on it. But this dragon knows about it, so...
I'm just along for the ride. You know what? I'm just along for the ride. Who cares
Alright.
anymore?
Alright, let us do it then.
Give me a second,
gonna
though. I
hold
gotta find the children's name. Oh my god, why didn't I think of it? I'm gonna
Do
copy
any of you others have rope? Yenmorn? Logra?
I
I
thought
have 50
Yenmorn
feet of
had...
silk
I have
rope.
50 feet.
Alright.
50 and 50.
I'll hand him over my rope that I have.
Okay, so the boat.
I also have an additional 50 feet of hempen rope, so I have 100 feet in total of rope.
There's 350, 400 feet total. So you guys can keep the boat 400 feet up in the air. I'll just climb down. And if I fall, I'll be alright still. It'll hurt, but I think I'll be alright.
Okay. So I will put you guys into the map. Place the ship into anywhere. And how high is ship right now? You said.
We have 400 feet of rope, unless you can peek into Ace's inventory to see if she has rope.
Yeah.
For now, we are at 400 feet, which I think is fine.
All right.
Nice
So.
number.
So you guys connect a bunch of ropes to make it 400 feet large and going to be lowering Zordred. And place the ship token into where you want the ship to be. As a captain.
Has to be somewhat close to the drag. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be
So
necessarily.
I'm putting this yellow thingy to let you know that this is bad water.
I accidentally clicked on a
I thought it was all
mark
bad.
instead of the tab.
Let him log back in. He closed the tab. God damn it, Yenmore. Stop destroying the ship. Stop falling asleep at the wheel.
I was about to open the character sheets, but I accidentally clicked on a bookmark, and now it changed.
As Nani, as we've lowered, do we see? Does everyone see this cave?
Oh yeah, you see that cape, yeah.
Okay. Right before they start lowering me, I'm going to ask that everyone kind of keep tabs on the cave and make sure nothing comes out of that.
Lograf will respond with, as long as you keep tabs on the dragon, I'll keep tabs on that cave over there.
Well, Zordred, Yogg tells me that there's probably more important things in the cave for the dragon than the water. So, just stay away from the cave. How about that?
Stay away from the cave? Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't my intention to go into the cave.
Okay.
I'm
I
only
think we're
here
all
to
going to
talk
stay away
to
from that, and
Ansara.
we should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now I want to go into the cave.
Oh, God damn it.
Here we go with the dungeon
I'm
crawl.
kidding. Maybe later if you land the boat.
Alright, yep, well, as I mentioned, place a ship and let's lower the Zordred into that area and we'll get started.
That is one scary goddamn token, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't scared before, and now I'm like, oh no, what are we doing?
This is exactly what I imagine a red dragon to look like. I don't know what you expected. I'm not a coward. I am cautious.
It's freaking red dragon, and by the time you get close, you notice that actually you don't notice. Unless you make check, you won't know by default, I guess. All right, yeah. So ship will be there, and I believe ship is 60 by 20, right?
Something like that, yeah.
20.
Things are still going really slow for me, so you can't really check my facts.
And 10.
Gotta squish it a little bit. Squish, that's 1, 2, oh man.
So ship is pretty big, as you know. Ship is really big. Yeah, and that's where you will be flying 500, 400 feet in the air. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and Zordred, on the edge of the ship, start to lower yourself.
Yep. This is the night I make a new character.
I'm helping lower him. I'm right there.
Alright, and everyone is place yourself on the ship as well. Those of you who does that thing. So if you want to, you don't have to. Probably don't need.
I think all Lograph is Lograph. All things I cannot speak tonight. All that Lograph is going to do while Mick and whoever is going to help lower Zord dragon, he is going to watch the eye on that.
Okay, roll perception check on the cave. Although it is really hard to see into the cave, you wouldn't be possibly able to see into it as you're looking down on it. But yeah, roll perception, and I'll keep the result in mind if the time comes when it matters. Also, the entrance is actually they can squeeze it, no problem. Yeah. So perception for the cave.
From who?
Lograth. Okay, 24. You are currently being keeping a watchful eye towards the dungeon, and rest of you, are you going to be watching George Reed, or is there any?
I don't like heights, so that's the only thing I can do is keep an eye on helping Zordred get lowered.
Yeah, I'd imagine that I'd have a close eye on the terrifying situation.
Okay. And yeah, Dungeon and Dragon, yes. Host Zordred, you lower down. The Namzara, also you come down. You definitely can tell that this is Namzara, although you don't remember him with this much wounds before. And his wing had been almost torn apart, and many of the scales have been shattered and is broken. And you notice that also you come down, you notice that one of his legs that is emerged is kind of like in a weird angle as well. You notice that he went through some hardship. And distance-wise, he seems to be all about like sleeping on the ground, kind of like underwater, kind of like with the lower body in it. And as you're coming down about 60 feet above in the air, you would notice that he kind of like reacts as you're like in the range, and he turns around with the fire in his mouth, and it's like, "You come again to."
Namzara!
Zordred, I thought you...
I'm alive! I got resurrected.
Roll persuasion check.
Uh-oh.
It will be the combined DC. Your 12 versus and not versus, but the dragon's insight together.
Can I argue that I have advantage because of
Because it's true. Like, if he's gonna
Okay, imagine you have a childhood friend that you saw him die.
Yeah, no,
and
you're
you saw
good.
his funeral, and he just comes back after 10 years. I am alive. It's like, what the fuck? But yes, he has really low. dragons surprisingly have low combined DC with 15. Okay. And Ozai, you say, I'm alive! And he says, you vile necromancers! And he slams down and starts like crawling towards your direction at relative fast speed.
I drop the rope and I say, and I'll take the 60 feet land damage. I'm like, no, really. And I'll reach into my bag of holding and pull out the book.
I think that's auto success. You recognize the book. Oh my god. You see the dragon, Namzara, rushing toward the direction and sees a book, and you saw that his eyes, like a crocodile, was kind of flipped. And as you pull out the book, the eye kind of bursts back and slows down and says, "The book, there's no way they could have. How?
I don't know all the answers. I believe, I don't know. Paler be praised is all I can say on that. We got lucky with the necromancers bringing me back. I've been back for about a year. I didn't even know you were still around until a month or so ago. We started hearing rumors of Perfect Green.
That is both you and I, my old friend." And he looks around and thinks like, "The necromancers, they brought you back."
It was a group of humans and a couple other mixed races that are starting to make settlements on the edge of the continent next to the large water. And a group of them brought me back. It wasn't anybody native to these lands. No one from my tribe or previous tribes.
I guess you're happy now. There's a lot to tell you what have happened after.
Yeah, you were my missing puzzle for filling in what the hell happened after I died. I do have a lot of questions, but I also want to introduce you to some friends I've made. And I see you have some introductions as well, as I steal past him to his kids.
You don't see his kids at the moment. However, if you were to look around, roll perception check. You notice that there is two dragon, one a little bit older one and one a little bit smaller one. Both of them are the size of like a medium and large size. And in the cave, they're kind of like peeking over behind a rock to see what's going on up there.
Oh, okay. So I'll look back towards the cave out of curiosity for what's in the cave and see them back. And looks like you have some introductions as well.
And I'm not gonna have a cool token for these two. But they get a shitty token. Maybe one day I'll find a good token to replace them.
So this is what Lograf would see as he's keeping an eye on the cave, I would presume.
You would see now that one medium-sized dragon, at one like much smaller scale compared to the what George's in front, but see one pretty big size. It's as big as let's see what would be the good equivalent. I'll say like bigger than horse size in terms of the sizes, but it's still a large creature like bear. Think of a big bear. And one really small dragon kind of like crawling behind. And oh my god, dungeon is moving with it. So, you see that these two kind of exited. Yes.
He's just gonna kind of like pat Mick a little bit furiously on his back or shoulder or whatever. He's like, Nick, there are a couple more dragons coming out of the goddamn cave.
Yep. Yog whispered to me that this would happen. Have no fear. They will. All will be fine.
No fear. If this giant
uh,
dragon has children, then those things are gonna come up here and they're going to eat us alive. How do you
Sergeant, are things going well down there? Are you dead yet?
I thought he was friends with the dragon.
Honestly, if we're 400 feet up, I believe you'll have to scream quite high to able to.
Well, I don't want to scream into my microphone. You get the idea of like what he's trying to do.
And
But I still believe like 400 feet. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Namzara speaks in
A lot of stories.
Draconic, saying to looking at the two children that come out, and it's like, Zara, knock, these, and oh my god,
I do not speak Draconic. That's unfortunate.
and it's the smaller one kind of like nods, and the bigger one speaks in common, looking at you, Georgrid, saying that friend, human, orc. I'm Beluna. Nice to meet you. You see that nice has a weird tone in it. But yeah, it's speaking in common.
I'll give a bow to it out of politeness, and in Draconic reply, and it is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, you speak Draconic actually, in character.
Mhm.
Then you understand the Namzara talking to these two kids, saying that, kids, this is my friend. And Beluna was like you were introducing his like weird feeling, kind of mixed feeling from her face. Even like at this lizard face, a type of arrogance. It's very obvious, and this kid behind is like kind of looking at you. Is like, but it seems to be speaking Draconic. It's like, but father, you. I mean, it's just an orc. But also you like speak Orchid, I mean Draconic, which is like, oh, you speak our tongue.
I do. I've learned it. It's in hopes that one day I could come across a Namzara or maybe someone like him.
Namzara nods and says that this is a friend for a reason, Beluna. This is Beluna, my daughter, and oh my god, what's the son's name? Ayabal, yes. And he is Ayabal. Ayabal, he is older than you, and you were in an egg long before you were born. You shall treat him as elder. And you see the animal's face is like, and yeah, he doesn't answer immediately. Yeah, actually, he doesn't answer at all. But Namzara looks at you, Zordred, and says that, it is good to see you, my friend. Although, as Chotoba, I wish I could greet you with better condition.
Yeah, you've had better days. I've heard you got pushed out of the mountain. Oh my god, what's the name of that mountain?
The Red Mountain.
That's the simplest of names that I gave it to it. The simplest that I could find. Easy to remember, because at that time there was a bunch of names everywhere. So, but yes, and I'm sorry.
Salamanders pushed you out of Red Mountain.
He nods and says that my arrogance. I thought I could have taken them down with my wounds, but I was wrong.
Yeah, they've gotten worse too. We actually were the natives, not the natives, the foreigners are actually fighting the salamanders now in a very intense war. After you after they pushed you out, they started to expand. We were assigned to go in and assassinate their leader. It went horribly wrong, but we managed to get out miraculously through a teleportation. I captured one, though. She's been helpful in giving us information and willing to portray her people in a way, sort of. She doesn't show interest in coming back at the very least, but she hates me. But I'm talking too much. Look at me ramble.
I have killed their leader, but it seems that they found another.
There's a general
Well,
or someone like that.
we have
Actually, I
much
still
to
have a
talk.
letter. Anyways, yes, there's much to talk about. My friends, as I lift up my hand to the boat and kind of point, is it okay for them to come down? I can vouch for them. If they screw up, I'll make sure that they know.
Long as they are not one with the necromancers, I
No,
will
we actually-
welcome them.
Yeah, I'll begin waving them down, and as I'm trying to wave them down, I'm going to be like haphazardly talking to them, to Namzura, saying, "Yeah, we actually on the way over here ran into about 80 undead, as well as this undead douche on a horse. If I had typed up a summary, I would have had his name memorized, but he said he wouldn't forget us after I cut him limb from limb, and then he disappeared in ashes. That was about an hour or so ago."
I have destroyed them time and time, and they just keep returning.
So do we slide down the rope or do we land the boat?
Your choice. Describe whatever you want to do.
Yenmore, do we slide down the rope or do we land the boat?
Well, if you want to slide down, go ahead. I still feel quite skeptical about all this.
I will slide down the rope then and join Zordred at his head, his hand waving.
Seeing Mick come down, he turns to Zinzura like wide-eyed and be like, "By the way, don't mention the word feast. Whatever you do, don't say feast in front of that guy. He'll go on and on and on."
Do you say it in common or draconic?
Draconic.
You know what? Screw it. I'll come
Up
down
until
too.
everyone comes down, I'm gonna speak Draconic, and then once everyone's down, I'll change over to Common.
Yeah, I'll come down too.
Okay. And place your tokens down there then, and try not to touch the water, if possible. Bad thing can happen to water.
And look, I still have it. And I hold out the photo for Namzara to see.
Okay. He kind of looks at it, and his face is super big, and it's kind of hard to tell, but you can tell that there's some nostalgia coming out of it. And in the picture, Namzara looks, so much younger. His body was smaller. His scale was a little bit shinier.
Yeah, I'll turn to. Let me look at my sticky notes here. Baluna and Ayaba Ball, whatever their names are, and say, "Hey, do you guys want to see what your dad looked like when he was younger?"
Roll
And I'll-
persuasion check with advantage. Yeah.
Hold the photo out to them as well. So let me get my sheet up. Persuasion, you said?
Yeah, advantage.
18.
18. Both of them were kind of like this lesser beings type of attitude. But as long as you're waving the thing in front of them, they're kind of like, and the curious takes the best of them, and they kind of come close to you. And yeah, we'll be looking at the picture. It's like, you saw it in the picture. The young one mentions in Draconic, saying that
He looks so young in the picture. Yeah, he looks so young in the picture.
he says, and points at the looking at him and looks at you. And Belluna sees that too and says that, when was this exactly?
About 200 years ago, give or take. That's my best estimate from my research.
And he mentions also, you guys also, this is like when you guys are climbing down. He mentions
Mhm.
Draconic
Yeah.
saying that that's about 200 years ago when me and Zordred and other elves, we took down hordes of Tarask invading, breaking through the front line. It was a glorious battle.
Mm-hmm.
And
That it was.
yeah, the two kids like looking at you. We kind of doubts still, especially the younger one. Although the older one seems to be like looking at you like kind of like pretty different view. Like you see that like kind of hearing Tarask in 200 years ago. Like you notice that her tone like considerably comes down. It's like I guess you are not ordinary thing.
No,
And
I
yeah.
was, but not anymore. Anyway, let me introduce you. These are my friends. And I'm gonna change to the common tongue. I'm not sure many understand the draconic tongue. This is Mick.
Hello. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, oh magnificent one.
And Mick, this is Namzara and his daughter and son,
Yes, yes, of course. I've heard.
Luna and Ayabal. Am I saying that right? Ayabal? Ayabal? Is it-
Namzara nods and it pronounces like Ayaba in like Draconic. So yeah,
Okay.
you'd imagine it's right.
Okay. This little guy, he may be much smaller than what you're accustomed to seeing, but he is a fierce fighter. His name is Logroth.
There is like
And
pretty high tone, like looking down at him. You notice, but he says that as a friend of Zordred, I welcome you.
Thank you so much. We are humbled, your magnificence.
Lockup is going to peek over the side, well, peek down to try to see, like, peek down to the ship to where, it's like, Zoldred! Is everything alright down there?
oh shit! I thought you had come down. I'm sorry.
No,
I was
it's just
going to introduce you.
dealing
You
with
hadn't come
the
down.
cave and trying, me and Ryan trying to.
Just me and Ryan, man. You introduced Ryan as
Okay.
Lograth, it's fine.
Yes. Oh, Ryan, we actually stumbled across about 2 hours ago. He was searching for Perfect Green, and actually, ironically, so am I.
And then I kind of like do a bow, but like kind of like an arms out like curtsy sort of thing, because I don't know how to be like fancy, so I try to be fancy and like greet him like that, like hello, your Majesty, honor, greatness.
You see the dragon behind here, the Luna actually like kind of laughs, it kind of turns around as you're speaking there, and
I'm like, no, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
I'm doing it wrong. How do I do it? How do I do it?
you are welcomed as a friend of Zordred. Formality are not necessary.
I want to make sure.
Zara.
I think after Look collects himself for a moment or two, because even in his line of work, he has never been up close and personal with any sort of dragon whatsoever. Maybe a wyvern, perhaps, or even a guard drake, but no, he has never been up and close with a full-blown, whole-ass ancient red dragon, and he's going to slowly slide down the road to where everybody else is. And he's
Curiosity gets the better of you, as we haven't been eaten yet. Yes, no feasting yet.
Yes.
He shudders at the word feasting.
It whispers through everyone's mind through my telekinetic.
He,
No
just
feasting yet.
shudders. As soon as he hears that, he just shudders
What?
oh, Maglobliat Almighty, please help me.
Mick and Ryan, I have vouched for you, so please treat Namzara and his kin with respect, and then we'll do just fine. But I think Namzara is going to be able to help us out a whole lot in getting to the root of who this new perfect green is, and maybe where we can go to next. Maybe either put an end to his funny business or even just if it does need to be ended.
Anything to stop anything to stop the madness that is plaguing the land. I will humbly oblige. And he's going to look up at the giant red dragon just staring down at all of them. What was his name again?
Namzara.
Well, Namzar, my job is to spread the word of Yogg-Sothoth and provide help to all those in need under his ever-watchful gaze, those in need of hurt, pain, or hunger. So, say the word and I am at your service.
Mick, you do have healing magic, do you not?
I do. So, please, I don't know if I can be in the water as such a strong one as you, Namzara. If you could get out, I could maybe do what little I can.
Actually, already got out. As you
she
speaking
did.
to you, kind of be politing, in the past. He
Okay.
kind of crawled out, and he's currently speaking with you guys, and he's in the map was represented. In front of
Okay. So then I'm gonna go over and I guess what do I got? What do I got left? Did I regain spell slots on short rest, or is that only my warlock spell slots that come back?
Oh.
And as you approach him, you notice that actually his problem is not the healthiness or wounds. For his case, the biggest problem is the loss of limbs.
So it's like straight up missing parts.
Yep.
Don't know that I can do anything about this. We have our pilot is much in your condition. I can mend stitches and mend bone, but when there's missing parts, our pilot is in fact missing an arm. I don't know that I can regrow it. I would like to try.
And he pulls out one of his claws and pulls it in front of you and says, "Has property of regenerating limbs, although the process is quite painful and takes a long time."
Yeah.
Says, maybe
It was really smart of you to come to these waters, though.
if I had time, I would be healing over my home at Red Mountain. But it left me with no choice. And then nods and says that, and my friend, you spoke perfect green. Delanor, I saw him passed away. He lived a peaceful life. I believe that his wife and children are still alive, living at... Oh my god, I forgot the Haven.
Yes, that's one of our stops if ever we can catch a break from, danger and mayhem. I want to pay respect to his body, and I didn't know about the wife and kids. I'll have to search them up when I'm there.
Although I have only seen him about 100 years ago. But I hope that they are well as well.
If anything, maybe I'll see his children's children. I can tell stories of their grandpa.
He was a great man.
But now some other person's going around posing as perfect as with the title Perfect Green. He's causing chaos through the lands, doing experiments in chaos with the nexuses, and it's not good. We've been always one step behind him, cleaning up his mess. It's been frustrating. Always one step behind. Never a clue of his true identity or what his purpose could be.
Can I try to cast a warlock cure wounds anyways, just for the hell of it?
Mm-hmm. Flavor-wise, you because really has not much
But
effect. Yeah.
Okay. Just for Namzara's sake of persuasion or something, could I make her like him like me more or something?
He'll remember definitely. Yeah.
Okay, then I will do it. I will I'd do the lay on hand things and be like, Yog's the Goss, blessings upon you, and that whole ritual thing that Mick might do. As they were talking.
And as you were speaking, as you were speaking of Perfect Green, Namzara replies, I have not seen him in person, but I think I know where he was at.
Where was that?
Okay, let me remember the name or check the note that I wrote. Let's see. There I was before I flee to Red Mountain. I was defending last line. And if you want to recall the information about it, you can roll history check about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see.
You know basic information about it. It was a quite popular location. There was a tree that you guys found at the end, and your tribe started to settle down, and was making multiple posts to the north of the to the south of the tree, and one of the closest one to the tree was called Last Stand.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
definitely
one
going
of
to revisit this in the YouTube video when I make a summary.
I'll type it out too.
Do I at least know that's rough location? Like, is it near Mod
It is the
Lava's?
south of the tree.
Lava's Gods?
Yeah.
And that's the tree? Is Mod Lava's Gods?
Yep. From that location to the south, it is the closest defending places. There were multiple defending points to the south of it, but that's the closest one, the last stands. And he says that, well, in there, the druids of the group warned me that one of the nexuses quickly destabilized. And there come the horde of Tarask once again.
You're shitting me.
I managed to defend them off, but I needed some time to recuperate my wounds.
Excuse me.
He looks towards your direction and says that, what is it?
What is a Tarask? wait. Would a commoner know what a Tarask is? I don't know.
Commoner would have no idea probably what the
Okay.
Trask is. However, I would think that your parents were doing some researchers in a way. So I'll say that you could roll Arcana check to see what you know about it, like from stories that your parents may tell you. Commoner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry
thinking
about that.
Lograth in his time probably would end up like studying, like, would he have an idea on what the hell Tarask is too?
Arcana 10, you have no idea, and you could try to roll, yes. You could try to roll Arcana, History, Religion, any of them is valid. Explanation that you'll be getting will be flavored in that direction.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd probably ask the dragon what is a Trask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before Namzara answers, let's see what you
That's
know.
for him.
Yeah. Loggrass. He's a Loggrass, where he be go?
So Lograth came down finally. I just saw in Roll20 that about his
Yeah,
introduction.
he finally, like, after he mustered up the courage, said a quick prayer to the deities of the, to a couple of deities that he has. He eventually makes his way down the road.
Like as many as he remember. But yes,
I think.
we'll check, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna do. I think the most logical would probably be history.
Alright. And what was your homeland again? In my memory.
Holy shit, crit. Good job.
Were you from? Were you from the critical
was,
setting, right? I remember correctly. Or do I remember correctly.
I don't think I ever explained where. I don't think I ever.
Well, now's a
like
good time.
homeland was. All I remember that it was like mountainous and rocky. That's what I probably assume. It's like mountainous and rocky, probably around like a desert area.
If you don't remember, that's fine. That's probably one of the islands then, by default setting. And you would know that historically there is the creatures that appears from the ground time to time that destroys nations once it appears. Once it appears in like the capital, generally a lot of catastrophe would cover. And it doesn't literally eat everyone in the area, but it is big enough to destroy the whole city where it appears. And if it stays there or lasts for long enough, it can crumble a nation. And definitely an island. And it is, someone called it World Eater. If it appears as one single being even, and you never heard of a horde of it. It is unprecedented in the history, at least that is heard. So, yeah, and generally it is strong enough to eat Namzaro as a breakfast if it is fighting. In like rumors, it is definitely up there. You know the power of it and general strengths of it. That the nature that it comes out. Yeah.
Okay. I just imagine Lograth is like internally he's trying not to shit his pants.
Now, as for me,
Because,
the
like,
absolute moron that asked,
Namzara speaks and say, "There are great beasts, lives from the very south that migrate time to time, to places, and there are one horde of it leaving currently to the south. They are being kept away by defenders. Well, they call themselves the Druid of the Groove, protecting the tree from any harm that come to it. Well, I hope that you will never see them do eye to an eye, just like I would have."
And Zordred will once more take the book out, and just kind of show it to Ryan, and say, "This is the skin, or at least a tiny portion of a Trask. It is pretty much immune to any type of damage, making this book very, very strong. I can hit you with it and deal 1d8 damage."
what's a D8?
It'll hurt.
It's like a cow trap. This book is like, you know, those traps that the ninjas from out in the islands. It's a weird. It's a magic book. Just ignore him.
Then I'll put it away. He'll allow you to like feel the skin stuff if you.
Zorjik,
I'm genuinely terrified that I'm in a world where there's creatures stronger than the one in front of me right now.
There are. I've actually. Come to think of it, Zorjik, I've actually heard of these beings before. Just one of these beings alone is enough to possibly wreck an entire nation.
Mm-hmm.
Just not that I could not fathom a horde of them.
Not gonna lie, I think if it wasn't for those Tarask, Namzura and I would never have teamed together. It was that common foe that got us together initially, wasn't it, Namzura?
Indeed. We were outnumbered, and I lost my loved one in the battle before I met you. It was a grave. Without the help of you and your comrades coming to the tree, we may have lost.
No.
That book, I remember.
Looking at the cup half full. I'm sorry, yes?
I remember Dell and his apprentice. Him grabbing the book and slamming his apprentice's head last time I remember. How did you acquire that book, if you ask me, mind me?
Oh, we were in the Endless Nectar. Kind of halfway between here and the tree. A group of how should I put it? Bee people. I think their names were the Aspen. They came into the lands and went through some of my old tribe's ruins. They actually found the book, and when I saw it, the queen who I had befriended gave me the book, and actually with the photo as well. And I've been holding on to them since.
If I remember correctly, the book should have been given to the apprentice of Dell. Those insects.
No, those people I just mentioned, they're good. I think the place was abandoned until their arrival. A long time has gone by. That place isn't what I remember it being. I mean, I know I never went there myself, but I know it was described to me, and it was ruins.
Namzara looks quite upset, but as you're saying that, you know, they saying that as like, if that's your judgment, I will live to it.
Well, if it's true that Tarask are back, I'm friends with their queen. They can help us. All that I have to do is ask. They'll be good allies in the fight, just like my tribe was.
We have driven them off with the druids, although there were some quite heavy casualties. But the reason why I mentioned them was that I remember their leader. That I'm gonna do notes. Oh no.
The leader of the Druids or the leader of the is there a leader of Tarask?
Ashani. And yes,
Druid.
I believe that there is the leader of the Tarask, but luckily he did not join in the horde that attacked. But Ashani, we called her the Wise Woman. She mentioned to me that someone had meddled with the nexus that the Tarask was residing, and they came as a result of it. And I did remember seeing that she was reported that there was a green light around the area. At the time, I thought nothing of it, but it would make sense if someone would gotten hands of the wings once again.
Yes, my research stated that I thought the wings were buried with our friend. Or shit. Am I remembering as a player, am I remembering that correctly?
You remember it correctly, and
Okay.
in player knowledge, your character could forget about it, but there is a report where the wing disappeared some years after his death.
Shit.
Is
Okay.
one of the lines there? It
Yeah,
could be that
yeah.
the George reading
I, don't
character.
have, I should bring up the notes at some point in time and refresh my memory.
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, give me a sec. I'm having internet problems,
No problem.
so don't expect me to do anything on Roll20 for a bit.
All right.
friends, just your humble servant here, but I have a humble suggestion. I am trying to prepare the great feast for Yogg Slagoth, and these Tarasques sounds like a hearty meal for my
Persuasion
deity.
with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Damn it!
The children warned him about
But
it.
I just healed her! Come on, man!
Ramzar is here.
Zordric, if you were to look over at Lograf, you can probably start to see like his left eye like starting to twitch violently as soon as he heard the words Tarak. He looks to Mick and he's like,
Oh, what is that? A double 23? I'll take it.
Did you just say a hearty meal for the feast from these Tarasques?
Wait, why, of course.
Man, are you insane? One of these things can crush a nation all on its own.
Yes, but a god, on the other hand, hear me out. If we open a gate and lead them to another plane, perhaps? You know?
You mean lead the Tarasque to your god?
Why not? Let them see the other side.
This, Mick, this
You make it
This
sound.
might sound a bit blasphemous to you, but if we were to send the Horde of Tarasques into Yogg Slagoth's realm of existence, I don't think even he himself could take them. Call it blasphemy if you will. This is just me.
I certainly will. I certainly will. But I forgive
as you're looking at Lograth, you are now also seeing like his left eye is like starting to like twitch very, very violently. Like this is like he's actively trying not to shit himself right now.
Imaginations of short-lived
Could I do a-
ones always amuses me. And I, at the moment, cannot assist in the effort. However, if you were to see the druids, I'm sure that they would welcome any helps.
And Zordred, yeah, you can.
Oh, I just finished typing in Roll20. I was going to ask Naga if I could roll insight about the eye thing to see if it's like a split personality thing or
Yeah,
fear
go for it.
or
You can go ahead and
anger
roll. Go
or
ahead.
whatever.
Go ahead, roll
away,
insight.
bro.
And so, as a reminder, Nani, if you want to explain the rules, be my guess about how player rolls on player rolls, the
Oh yes,
person being
receiver
rolled against.
is always decides. So if someone wants to do anything with your character, you're a mini DM there. So you can set DC, you can ask other people to roll, or you can roll yourself if you want to. It's all yours. Or you can simply ignore Orbit and narrate what happened. So yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you could probably just ask him, you know, instead of trying to look into him.
Probably. I mean, like we did discuss, like out of character, real quick. Me and Nemo did say that we'll role play about his eye scar later on. But for right now, like this is just like stressful.
So what are you trying to do? Is my question.
He is. Sorry, what did you want to say?
What are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to just look at him and try to figure out what's up with his tattoos?
Oh no, this is on Lograth, not on Ryan.
No, and it's not a tattoo. It's like it's an actual like scar running under his eye, going into his nose.
What? I'm sorry. I just came back from fixing my internet. I
Oh,
started
yeah,
talking about
so-
the eye tattoos that my character has.
Yeah,
I thought
no.
this appl-
Yeah.
Lograth was talking to Mick, and Lograth's eye with the scar was acting all funny. So I asked Naga if I could roll insight on that, because Nani has a homebrew rule with any rolls that a player goes against a player, like insight, stealing, hitting, anything. The person being rolled against, in this case Naga, because I'm inciting him. Naga acts as a mini DM and can dictate what the roll does, if it does anything, or if it just doesn't happen.
Yep.
All right. So I think in that case,
Hello?
I think
Sorry,
I'll
my Discord crashed.
Very fine.
Yep, you're still there.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna do what I always did with my group that I play in real life. Is I'm just gonna go ahead and try to roll deception against your insight.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let me just do that real quick. Hang on a second.
I'll be real. I was only half listening while I was fixing my internet. For some reason, whenever you mentioned the rule to me, I thought you were saying that it applied to me, like something was going on towards me. You were just explaining the situation that was going on, and I feel like a moron. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you definitely. I got a 10 on my deception, so you definitely can sense something going on with his eye as it's like violently as his eyes like twitching.
Okay.
I haven't
Roger
really
put his-
thought of it. I'm sorry. What?
He'll gently put his hand on your shoulder and be like, "Hey, they're not here right now. We're fine."
He's just trying to like. He's trying to. This is. When I met you guys, I told you back at the Clasping Monday. I told you I've been through a lot of things. I face a lot of different things.
New lands bring new
This is
adventures,
not
right?
what. This is definitely not one of them.
Hey, me and this guy, we saved the lands 200 years ago. If I could probably do it again.
And he's gonna look at you actually. Gonna like inspect you a little bit. And Zara comments on you actually, saying that
You do look weaker, however.
No, you're right. I am. They brought me back, but it's not what I remembered. And actually, it's a long story, but I'll give you the short details right now. When they brought me back, I was only half myself. There was someone or something else inside me. I'd black out and come to, and there'd be death in front of me, or people yelling at me for doing something I shouldn't have done. It wasn't very good time. When I started going out with some of these, actually, it was a different group, actually, when I started going out with, but we found a blade. Mick, you have it. It granted wishes. They wished me to get better, in essence, and brought me back to sanity. But, yeah, it's been a rough time. It hasn't been what I remember.
Long ago, when I saw you, I felt that there was a great presence with you, always guiding you. It feels like it has weakened since then.
Yeah, it only came back once. When I was helping the Endless Nectar people fight off an army of these wolf folk, these lichen. I won't get into that. That's another story as well. I've had a very crazy year, but I prayed to Paylor once, and he blessed me, and I felt like my old self at that time. But it was only for a little bit.
Yes, yes. Don't worry, friend. Yogg will bless you again, and we all will be well. We will return you to your full strength. That will be a journey before the feast.
Maybe it is fate that we unite in imperfect selves, but I wish to show you my hospitality, but right now my body is not too well, and so was my horde.
Well, you said these undead are giving you trouble, coming again and again, right?
No, it's
Is it slowing your recovery?
I would suspect that that is their goal, to tire me out, and I did notice that an army is slowly growing over time. A while ago, it was merely 10 or 20, and now their size have tripled since then.
Yeah, when we came across them, there were about 80 of them. And then some general-looking dude. He actually looked like a Death Knight from back in my day when my tribes were at war. It wasn't a good feeling seeing those guys again.
He knows and says that he did mention Darizand. Although I feel that he's serving a different master, but I'm sure that they share the same root that must eradicate him out of this continent. And you can see like violence, thoughts, and anger comes out from him as he speaks of them. Certainly,
So if we can find the
didn't do
source.
good enough job exterminating them 100 years
Well,
back. Well,
at the very least, I'm glad. I was afraid that my tribe had completely lost the war and that they were actually taking over the continent.
we thought we exterminated them, driven them completely out. But after you have died, there was a lot of happening. Your friend, well, Dell have told me that there was conflict and division after the war. Apparently, the people who sent you to the continents have pulled you back. And there were only a handful of people left, divided and weakened. And I noticed that most of them in continent have died out ever since.
Okay. That's a lot to take in.
you know it's
But listen, if these people, things, undead, are slowing your recovery, that puts this entire continent at risk.
We can be a mighty assistance against these undead. Both myself and, well, where is that bloody brotherhood of? Well, we do have another blessed among us. Yogg smiles upon our group, and we drive the undead before us like sheep before the feast.
There are two other party members of mine that
I
we have
start
yet to meet.
switching like. I put in the roll 20 that as soon as Nick or had mentioned the word feast again, he just shudders and his eye starts to twitch. And then that moment he said, "Nick, please stop saying the word."
Anyways,
yeah,
I just in return of such assistance, we just need some more information. That's all. I'm missing some talismans of Yogg Slagoth to help his mighty powers be bestowed upon our group. Perhaps you know of them.
Talismans.
Yes, it's true that dragons, I imagine, collect baubles and trinkets and things like that. And perhaps you also enjoy riddles, as I've heard. I saw a diviner to help me find these, and all she gave me was a riddle.
I do not care for riddles, but I
Okay.
had past treasures that I have gathered, all at Red Mountain. I've destroyed my lair before I leave so that none shall take my treasure, but one day
Well?
I will hope to reclaim it.
Well, when we find our talismans and we complete our feast, someone will have to protect the talismans for the next generation. So you will be its perfect guardian, naturally.
What treasure do you speak of?
Yogs Lagos seeks me to find his mighty butter knife. What is a butter knife? It's like a grand sword. It's a, well, for him it's a, I don't know. It's a sword. It's a sword. Yeah. And then a pot to cook in. A cauldron, I guess. I get mostly images on my head when he talks to me. So and then there's a big. It's not a book. I know what books look like. This is bigger than a book. I don't know. It's a. What is it? They used to write on it in ancient times before there was books.
Monolith.
Do you know? Yes, maybe. You would know. His time was long before the time of man. So you're a dragon. So maybe you would know. It was your time. Though maybe. I'm sorry. I don't mean to assume ages here.
Try to recall something, as I do not recall any that I would take significance of.
Okay. Well. There are probably minor things anyways. Doesn't matter. They'll show up eventually.
But all of you, does anyone look wounded at the moment?
No, I used hit dice. I'm good.
I am 2 hit points below my max, so I have a small cut probably.
Okay.
I'm at 60 out of 94.
Okay, so you can't see you.
51 out of 74.
Okay, relatively healthy, pretty healthy, all of you. Yeah, and I'm trying to say is that,
Well, as long as I'm resting here, you're welcome to Rake Refugee. Take rest with my children.
and pointing at the cave.
Should be safe in there, as I will guard it with my life. They
Yeah, I know you
tried
will.
to come and harm myself and my children. And more time grew, I fear that their intention is actually taking hostage of my child. I wish to burn and turn them into cinders. One by one, once my wound has regenerated.
Well, here's another crazy suggestion, Namzara. If it is crazy, you can tell me, because I'm the guy with crazy ideas. I don't know, and it amuses you sometimes, Your Majesty. If you're stuck here, healing, and you don't want these guys to come capture your children, and they probably
will
get
never
hungry.
Get hands on my children.
Of course not. You're mighty powerful
They are
in this.
mine.
I just thought if they're hungry, we could, with our flying boat, we could go with them to ensure they're, get them food, or I don't know what you guys eat, or, because we have to scavenge for food too while we're out here in the wild. Or,
Could roll
whatever.
persuasion check with the DC impossible. DC 30, if you make it, you can actually do that.
What about a
roll-
nat 20?
Not that 20 won't do DC 30.
DC
So
30?
with the
Oh.
weather effect, you would have the +1, right? it. So if you roll 29 with the modifiers, then you should be able to meet it.
Oh man! So I literally have to get a nat 20.
Oh, your nat 20 is 30, then it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. So with persuasion. And no, I got I got a 2.
That's halfway there, man. You're halfway there.
And your max would actually be 29 because 28 plus 1.
No, because I have the luck blade. The luck blade adds a
that
plus
didn't
1.
work, Yeah.
Yeah. So I am at 11 with the luck blade, but it's not added in there because stupid thing doesn't add the luck blade into any of my rolls for some reason. I don't know how to do.
You can edit. I'll talk to you later this week about how you can.
Okay.
Until my bones return to nature, my children will be mine, and my belongings will be with me.
Okay. Well, if you could ever think of an easy service for us, Namzara, you just give the word.
Although, like, those be the high enough passive perception. The kid one, the middle one, was like kind of happy hearing that you take him. Actually, you don't speak Draconic. Never mind.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. If it speaks any other language, like Elven or Primordial or anything else,
Yeah,
I
but
speak
imagine you guys
I
just
speak
speak
4
common.
languages. It's just yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Namzara says that. Well, what? Well, we have a lot to talk. So, what I think would be fitting for the character is that Namzara would tell you all about, what happened with Del, like, after 100 years. Like, they would, like, do the fight against and killing the rest of the, those who worship Tarzan. And he would tell you about the stories. Unless, so, they would, like, take several hours to chat, like,
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like Kevin, like if
in campaign hour, like in campaign time, it will take that much time. So I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna roll like 3d20, 2d10 to see how much content's in be in game. So before that happens, does anyone want to ask Namzara any questions or do anything in specific?
I think now Logreth is still trying to it's still like grasping his eye, trying to keeping it from twitching every time Mick mentions the word feast.
It's gonna happen, man. Happens a lot.
He's like,
We might get eaten by dragons. I'm sorry, putting that word out there a lot.
I know, but
there'll
it's like 'cause he's never had taking that. He knows that taking down a single Tarask is a tall order on its own. A horde of them, it's pretty much damn near impossible in his mind. And just hearing that a horde of Tarask is coming through, he's actively trying not to shit himself. He's like losing it and just like, stop with the feast, stop with the feast, stop with the goddamn feast.
Yeah, Nick's crazy.
But other than he's trying to, but between him trying to like hold his scar in his eye to try to like calm himself down, and Zordred trying to reassure him everything will be all right. He is trying to actively like calm himself down.
Yeah.
Mick did all he wanted to do. He wanted to ask his questions and try to be helpful, and he's just the guy that likes to try to want to be helpful.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, this is what Logreth will be doing in character. This is what he would be doing right now.
Yeah, true.
And
I think that's fair.
Other than that, nothing from me.
what's Shinjin doing?
Oh yeah, no, Jinjin's still on the boat. He can't climb rope, but he's squawking ferociously that no one's paying attention to him.
can you just snap him into existence next to you?
No, I can't. It's a ritual spell for me.
Well, but with the familiar, you can use
Yeah, you can pop them away into like a pocket dimension and then pop them back next to you, I believe.
Take a
It's an
closer
It
look.
says somewhere in Find Familiar.
Yeah, it's an action to cast the spell via the book, which is a ritual, and it takes a few minutes to do.
Yeah,
Which
but
I
once you
just,
have the
There's certain
familiar,
things you can do
you're
with the
fine.
familiar, though.
I don't know. I'd
the
have to read
familiar
up on it.
stays active all the way up until it dies, and then you have to cast the spell again.
I don't know, Noni. What would you say? Could I do that?
I think they're correct on this one. Once
As an
he-
action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It appears into a pocket dimension where it awaits your summons.
Yep.
As an action, while it's temporarily dismissed, you
need to
can
root
make
the
it
rules
reappear.
out. You don't need to.
Here,
read
I'll just
the
copy
rules
paste
out.
it.
Don't worry about it. It works. You can do it.
All right. Well, then, if you join us at any time down there, he would have definitely probably annoyed everybody.
Okay.
Probably even annoyed the little dragons.
No,
Actually-
it actually doesn't annoy him because he's trying to gonna eat them.
Actually, I do have a question. Can
Would the little dragon
Dragon-
eat the penguin?
Yes.
Is
can,
my
can
question.
the dragons
All right, then he is
understand
dead.
Dungeon?
So thanks, guys.
Yeah, the
Jin
penguin
Jin
was
is dead
like
a
squeaking
second
around.
Not Jinjin.
I know some dragons know a lot of languages, right? I was curious if the dragons could understand Jinjin. Maybe not the
Generally,
young ones, but maybe
in
Nazar?
terms of the D&D lore, red dragons are not a people dragon. They're people dragon and they're society dragons, but red dragon is like furthest away from people dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is very doubtful that he know more than one language, especially the lore kind. And Jinjin, Jinjin is going around and annoying everyone.
Yeah, he just squawks demandingly at people, and when they don't pay attention to him, he does that little weird bow thing he does, is tries to be like kind of awkwardly polite, and then he goes on to the next person, you know? And when he gets to these elder beings of like superior dragons who are all kind of like haughty, and they're like, he's like, rah! And they're like, rah! And he's like, rah! And they go, oh! And he's gone. So you can take him off the map if you want.
After that, like the Belluna was looking at you guys, and the big dragon, the Namzara was looking at you guys as well. And while Jinjin was doing that with the little one, and like Ayabel like looks around and sees no one is looking, and
Snack.
once he bites on it though, Jinjin disappears. Which is unfortunate. Actually, you know, I mean, flavor-wise, that could be what happened, but let's see how he rolls to attack.
Okay. Oh, he misses somehow. I don't know how that's possible. Jinjin's AC is 11? I'm sorry. He's a slippery little fish catcher.
He has +6 to hit. So
Okay,
let's
so that's
see
a
what
hit.
it is. Oh, it's 11. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, yeah.
He definitely snacks him up by his, like, he tries to slip away, snacks him up by his foot, and then flicks him into his mouth sort of thing. Is that the classic,
he does, so I imagine
like
he
the whole
poops, I don't-
Jurassic Park scene?
Doesn't he poop you? He disappears, right?
I don't know. We never had Jinjin die before, so I mean he's a spirit creature, so
Yeah. He doesn't
like I
die.
imagine as he flicks up and then the jaws come down, it goes and it sparkles.
And it's like, and like
Did you just glitter bomb a dragon?
Yeah, the young boy's looking
Yeah,
around. And
He
I
glitter bombs the dragon, so like you open the mouth, it's just like sparkles inside the mouth. You go,
yeah, and sister looking at and then the Luna looks at the younger one, kind of like discontent, it's like, ish. And then kind of like because big slap with the tail on the head. It's like, stop eating weird things. And it's like, yeah. And yeah, I have Luna seems to be that happy. And yeah, so if that is everyone's thing that you guys want to do, then I'm gonna roll 2d10.
Yeah, I posted in roll 22 things that I was going to do.
All right.
One was about asking the party about the idea of finding the source of the undead and stopping it, and then as well as asking Namzara the last known location of Soldier's tribe.
Okay. So definitely that can be included in the 2d10 hours. Although you could do it in character, yeah. But I'm gonna roll 2d10. Let's see how much you and Namzara have talked about. For next 16 hours, this conversation will go on in the caves and all that. But
that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a long time talk. But for the second time, Namzara's long location of the tribe.
dragons can be known to be long-winded. They righteous.
Namzara will tell you. He will tell you that when the tribes like expanded into the continents, and the war broke out. Many of there was like betrayers within your kind, and it became like civil war. And there was a continent-based war between the two of your factions, and at the end you won. And after that, the funding, as you mentioned from the Dell mentioned to him that the kingdoms that supported the expansion effort pulled out as the war kind of dragged down and there was no profit coming out of it. So after that, a large amount of people went back, and with people draining back and not enough, the area is too big to handle. The settlements starts die out one by one, and the last one that was left was Haven, as it was the biggest port that was supporting the entire continent's economy. So there was some bit of tribes that were living in the various locations, but definitely there would be. He'll tell you that there are some descendants of them. None of them were actually alive at that time, but descendants alive near the tree, still living. As a form of a druid or just the citizens, but it'd be much smaller in numbers. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 16 hours! That's a long night chat that you're gonna have, and yeah, in the cave, was the stars, was your friends.
Hold up, 16 hours?
16 hours
Yeah.
of chatting, yeah, Zordred.
So wait, is this a long rest then?
You could take a long rest. This will end like tomorrow morning, Zordred will be done talking to.
Okay, so if we're gonna take a long rest, I would like to do something before that rest happens.
Alright. Awesome. Yeah. What do you like to do?
Okay, so I would like to burn a first level spell slot to regain 2 sorcery points. Alright, then I would like to create a 5th level spell slot with those 7 sorcery points I have.
Okay.
And then I would like to use both of the level 5 spell slots that I now have to use creation to create 2 bottles of wine.
Okay, as I mentioned, what was it? Arcana check of DC 10.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll say that 10, you give you basic wine, and higher you roll, the better the wine gets. Okay, you got 2 basic wines created, although, can you make more?
I can make more. I would like to burn a level 3 spell slot and then a level 1 spell slot to make 7 sorcery points, and
No,
then
but I'm saying
again
that instead of a bottle of wine, you could probably make like
A barrel
Barrels.
of one?
it says 5
screw it.
cube, so you can have a 5
Yeah,
foot
you know
cube
what?
of a freaking
Hey,
bottle.
Okay,
So,
I am making a third one.
Okay. So you just need a container to have all these contained. Though. So
Could the barrel also be created as vegetable matter, which would be wood?
complex matter is a little bit more difficult.
It's just wood.
I'll say that if you were to take it just as the Arcana, I'll say you cannot. You can attempt to reroll though. I'll increase the DC to 15. How about?
Okay, so I have to re-roll all of them?
If you choose to reroll, you can roll with the DC 15. If you don't, then you can, use existing container. Because I know you as a group has containers. Like, you have.
Do you guys have containers that I can put all this wine in?
Yeah, we have like empty health potions and stuff.
Also, you guys.
I'm making 5 foot cubed of wine. That's not just like a bottle.
No, I know. You'll have stuff
Okay,
stuff on the ground. So
You have 16 hours. What my suggestion would be, as a player, because Sordred is busy talking, is dig like a 5 foot cube in the ground with like an inch extra or in the area. Your first spell is create it so it like a clay container to fill the hole or whatever type of material, and then make the wine in that so it just becomes a tub in the ground. I don't know.
Listen,
This is
I'm
all.
planning on drinking this as soon as I wake up. So, can I just make 3 bottles? Can I just make 3 bottles instead of making like huge barrels?
Yep. 15 DC. I'll go with the same DC. So.
Okay. So,
Yeah. So.
anyone can someone help me with this? Like, can someone who's smart help me with this DC?
Someone
Use the help action?
can someone who is proficient in spellcasting, I'll say can attempt to help you.
We got
I'm
any wizards
proficient
here?
in. I'm a warlock, so I'm a
You want to help me
proficient
make
person.
some cool wine?
Sure. How do I do this?
Just the help action gives me advantage.
Oh, Jinjin can help you then. Fuck.
No.
Jinjin
I'm
is
saying
dead.
that to use
No,
the
that's
help
right.
action
Jinjin is
here-
dead. You gotta delete him.
I'll
Damn it.
say that you can
Alright, I
use
have-
your divine power to aid him. To give him
Okay.
advantage. Roll 3 Arcana checks with advantage, and DC
1,
over
2,
15.
3. So I got a 22, a 7, and a 10.
All right. So
much.
once you two are working together, and it was going well, it's like you're concentrating well, and you notice that working with the divine power on the side is maybe not a too great idea. All 3 times. As the thing tried to solidify, it kind of turned into mush and kind of like dissipates as the spell fails 3 times.
I got a 22 on the one. I thought the
Wait!
DC was 15.
Oh yeah. Not 3 times. Only twice it failed. And 1 time you get a bottle of wine.
I could probably try one more time if I do enough sorcery point swapping. You want to try one more time? And I put up my fist for like a fist bump.
Yes, I'm so distraught over them eating Jinjin. That was so disrespectful. Let us drink our cares away.
Okay, let's make one more bottle for you, alright?
This isn't much to my liking of how my Abbey did things, but they didn't treat me right anyways. Let us do
Okay,
this.
so I'm burning a 3rd and a 1st level spell slot to make 7 sorcery points to make a 5th level spell slot to use creation again.
Alright.
Okay, one more time. 16.
Just barely.
It works, yeah. You would get 1 more wine bottle. Like, it's just a basic wine too. Why not just buy it? It's like super cheap. But it is very cool. You now have 2 bottled wine. How would you like to? It is a range of a basic wine. But you can like flavor it in that range. Like you can say it is a basic red wine, basic white wine.
Red
or
wine.
How does the bottle look? Simple.
The bottle is just a clear glass bottle. It's very simple. It's got a long, thin neck, thick, round body, no special shape.
Okay. And how about the cap? I'll say that you can have any
normal
cap,
cork.
so- Okay, cork as a cap, and you have 2 wine bottles.
I give one to the guy that helped me, which is, I forget your name. Mick?
Yep.
Okay, Mick, you got one, I got one. And I'm going to, try to rest now and drink it whenever I get up.
Alright, and Zordred will be talking all night as the time passes
Can I
by.
make a Constitution check?
It's not like it's very entertaining. It's like like oh that guy that used to fight, that guy like got married. It's like what the fuck that happened? Like it is quite entertaining to see.
Then like the last like 3 hours or throughout, like I'm throwing in like my experiences in the past like 3 years. Like the stuff that I said earlier was like, this is a long story. I'll tell you longer later. I had to go in full detail on it all.
Yeah,
Which
it's like
if awake would then now like metagame wise, you could technically read all the past summaries of these sessions in Roll20 and be like, yeah, Sordred told me that story.
all right, yeah, all right. Now Namzara knows all the summaries. Yes, and
But Mick's gonna sleep. Mick's gonna sleep.
Mick's
Yes,
gonna sleep.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, let's see how long it lasts. Roll 1d8. Let's see.
Roll D8. Yeah, baby. Oh no! God damn it!
Your long rest will result in failure, as your full duration of sleep is gonna be covered. Roll 1d20 to determine your spirit.
Oh no! All right. We got positive this time. That's good, but that sucks. I get points of exhaustion. That sucks.
Okay.
I'll make note of it.
And I'll say it is just mixed special character thing. Do you guys want to take rest on the ship or on the cave? Choice is yours. However you like. Describe how you're.
Okay, so going back to the ship, he is just He is slowly backing. He is going back to the rope where the ship, but to the ship, keeping an eye on the dragon and the little dragon children, and he's just going to take. He's just going to start long arming his way back up the ship, and he's going to the captain's sleep. Then he's going to, but before he does any of that, he's actually going to pull out like out of his a little compartment that he has in his little and his between his breastplate and his tunic that he's wearing. He's gonna pull out like a flask of some sorts. Looks like it's made with like bronze. To those who are paying attention, looks like it's like a regular flask, but it's made with like bronze with like a little bit of silver trimming, and it has the symbol of a battle axe etched on and embossed on the front of the flask. And he's going to open it, and he's going to take a big old swig of it, shake his head, close it, put it back in, and then go back to the ship and sleep.
All right. How about Mick? Where are you resting?
Oh, I'm assuming, like I would have tried to stay with Zordred to listen to the to the tales, but like I would have probably like propped myself up against this rock right here or whatever, and probably would have like dozed off, like trying to just like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna keep going, and like falling asleep during during that whole thing.
All right. How about Yamor? You had a lot of time as all of this shit is happening. What is Yamor doing?
I don't know. Guess I'm just like petting Dusk or something.
You have like a bunch of times on the ground while these guys are talking, and then also like 16 hours, like 8 hours, and then 8 hour rest. Like, what do you do in those 8 hours? Just petting? Extreme petting is like, I will pet you for 8 hours to receive my petting. Like, is that how it works? I
do believe I have a dice set.
Okay, you can be playing games with someone. Who would you like to play games with? The Bubbles is currently listening in, you guys. She doesn't want to miss out. Like,
Oh, I thought she was up on the ship. I'm
no,
sorry.
she's like, yeah, she's beside the Beluna.
I don't know, is anyone up at the ship again?
After some time, log rest will come up.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask him then.
All right. Yeah, you see the knight approaches with your dice, log rest.
So he approaches me with like a set of dice.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do with those dice there, Yamor?
Would you like to play around? Or two? For free?
Think about it for a moment. Strokes his chin. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Sure. We'll take my mind off of what the hell I just heard down there. And I'll sit down and I'll play around a dice with Yamor.
That is a good point too. Does you in character feels Yamor what happened down there?
Yeah. So, pretty much the red dragon, Zordred and them have made some kind of acquaintance about 200 years ago, and they were talking about a horde of Tarasks returning to destroy the land, essentially. And we're trying.
That sounds lovely.
You do know what a Tarask is, right?
Out of character, yes. Do I have to make like a
What
history
you
check
like
or
out of
like
character would
Depends.
Yamor
In your background, if it is suitable to know, then it's fine. If you don't think so, if you're unsure about it, you can roll any of the 3 rolls to religion, arcana, history,
I
whichever
mean,
they fit.
because like he has fought a bunch of shit, but I mean like I don't assume that he has ever fought one himself, but I feel like it could be likely that he had heard of it. So
yeah, any of the 3 checks. Yeah, you definitely have heard of the Tarask in the past. you never have fought one before, but you hear that you would eat a bunch of the cities, and generally don't want to even fight that thing. Usually, it's a thing that I heard that it appeared in that island. We shouldn't go there. Yeah, it's that type of deal. you hear people avoiding it, and historically, it is a disaster for the kingdom. A sign of an ending time for a nation.
Bloody madness.
But yeah.
Well, so what's the? Do they have a plan then?
That's what Zodrid and the dragon are trying to talk about right now. They're trying to figure out a way to stop these tasks. I just about lost my sanity. Because from what I understand, I personally only about themes before, but from what I've gathered in my studies, one alone is powerful enough to destroy cities and even nations if given the chance. And just imagining a horde of them, it could bring ruin to the entire material plane.
And then just swallow us all whole.
That Mick had brought up the suggestion that they should somehow shift them from this plane to the plane of his deity, I would say, Yogg Lagoth. So he could deal with him for his great feast. And while it sounds a good idea down in theory, in all logic, I don't even think a deity of that magnitude could be able to take it. And I even said
Okay,
that.
I'm going to assume here that the roll 20 would be a pretty good roll. I know the whole deal about Tusk, no?
Yeah, quite a bit of it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. That there's something in the Trask stomach that can completely dissolve anything.
Really?
It can dissolve flesh, it can dissolve bone, it can dissolve metal, it can dissolve gods. It dissolves everything that gets inside. If a Trask reaches another realm, it would eat the world and it would eat the god as well, and the god would die.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yes. So if Mick
we
cares
just
about this
shifted off
god,
of the-
I would.
So is this conversation going on while I'm resting, or is this the next morning?
This is like
Why-
they're playing it, playing cards up there. You can join them if you want to.
I'm advised.
Oh, dice, yes, cards. Oh my
Is
god.
this-
Yeah,
So is this after 8 hours? Because you said this is going on for 16 hours.
First 8 hour. This is first 8 hour,
Okay.
and the other 8 hour will be sleeping time.
I'm asleep for the first 8 hours, so tell me what's going on. Like, tell me when I'm back.
Okay. So, you two play dice. Do you bet any monies or something?
Just for fun.
Okay. Oh, no.
Lograf's
Yeah,
not
so
really
it's-
that much. He's not really that much of a gambler.
Yeah, I'm also just trying to pass the time, so yeah.
All right.
Talking about the possible inevitability of the demise of humanity. But we're gonna have fun while we're still alive.
Noni, Noni, what kind of character do I get for this next 8 hours so I can play dice with them?
No, that's after. So before we do that, we need to do Naga first, because Naga was sleeping in the first 8 hours. So
No. So like, if I went to sleep, I wouldn't be asleep because I'd be possessed.
No,
What would
I know, but
Okay.
So first 8 hours is them playing game, and Naga sleeping,
Okay.
and Naga said that let him know when he's awake. So right now he's awake, and then your thing starts as well. So you two
Okay.
we will be on this pretty soon. But Naga, you're
awake?
up. You are awake. This is after the 8 hour. They were playing you two were playing. Those people on the ship, they were playing dice until they get tired, and they probably go to bed. And this is time where your long rest ends. Yes.
Is anyone else up, or is it just me?
Mick, is like trying really hard to not fall asleep right now. And yeah, right now you would see that other people, however, are, they're trying to sleep, or like Georgia is still talking very hard and stuff. And for your purpose right now, though, for
Hey,
Rain,
Mick.
but before that, Rain, there is a rule about the long rest can only be taken 24 hours. So, technically, until the night, you wouldn't be able to rest. Depends on when you lasted last day. For these guys, it's like, actual sleeping time that needs to be rested. But for you, it could be different. When do you think your last long rest was?
Before this one that just happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so like here's the thing. I want to be an edgelord and say that he hasn't slept since his parents died, but then
That's
I also
fine,
realize
that's fine.
exhaustion is a real thing.
No. Exhaustion,
Okay,
you roll as a con save, so you can say that you roll nat 20 and roll it.
He hasn't slept since his parents died. He has been wandering the world, and that's the first time that he's slept in months.
The first time with a dragon, and suddenly you felt very sleepy, and that was the first time. And you wake up, you for a second you notice this headache is like a little bit better, but it comes back again once you're like start to awake, and you're fully awake. Yes.
Hey Mick, you still up?
And you see that Mick's eye kind of flips, and you see like his eyes like open up like twice as large as he usually does, and says that, "Oh yeah, yes, Mick is awake, yes."
How about we share some of that wine we made, buddy? And then I like pull out my bottle and I raise it up.
Oh, what is this? Oh, yes. I do love fine cooking. Yes. So are you
No, it's drinking
hungry?
wine. It's drinking wine.
Oh, any red wine can be used for cooking. Let
I mean,
me
you can use it
see.
for whatever you want. You got your own bottle. I just wanted to have a toast.
How much ration does Mick have?
He's got 5 left.
Okay. He's gonna pick one up and say, let me. Kind of looks around and see the dragon and kind of startles for a moment. You notice, and okay. And do you have any cooking utensil?
Me?
Yeah.
Uh,
If not, it's fine. He
I
looks
have
around.
tinderbox. Yeah, I have tinderbox torches. Not specifically cooking utensils, but I could start a fire.
Yeah. It's gonna use the shield as a walk. And gonna put, gonna be using. It seems like water is really hot. Put it on there and put some like meats and vegetables there and put red wine. And so it's like, cooking.
So while he's cooking all this, I'm just gonna be drinking from my bottle.
Yeah. And
Yeah, does anything happen? Is there effects of alcohol in this game?
there is, depends on how far you want to go. For you, if just
He's
your
drinking the whole
character-
thing. He's drinking the whole thing, just downing it to drown his pain, his literal and emotional pain.
I'll say that alcohol is type of poison in the campaign, and you can, if you want to, you can roll Constitution saving throw. As a basic wine, I'll say DC medium 15.
23.
All right.
23.
Yeah. While drinking it, do you think? I'll say that it's like not as good wine, so it's like it's kind of bitter at the very beginning, like kind of, and then really bitter at the end. And I was drinking this bitterness away. Your pain kind of gets replaced by the taste of bitterness. This alcohol makes you forget. And after a while, you feel pretty like buzzed and feel good, but you're not drunk and like to the beyond reasoning or something. And you see this Mick kind of walks towards you. He's not wearing any armor at the moment, and he's wearing like he took off his clothing and make like an apron. Yeah.
I know where you're doing with this. I know where
thing
you're
is-
doing with this.
The thing is that I haven't known Mick long enough to know that this is totally out of character.
Yeah,
Is the
he's
funny
like,
part.
yeah, and then he brings up the if you want to continue on this character playing, you can take it over. Yeah.
Please.
Yes, as they do it.
Oh, Ryan! Oh my goodness, young man, you finished all of that already? You must have been quite thirsty. I've almost prepared dinner. Please, where's the dinner table? I must set it right away. It's
Ryan gives him the
most
most-
important.
Ryan gives you the most confused look and is like, "You fucking with me? What are you doing here, buddy?"
No, we had the cooking line and we had the food and we were getting prepared for dinner like any normal family should. What?
Okay, I don't know if this
It's
is
okay.
going to work. I want to use calm emotions on him. I don't know if that does anything with the spirits possessing him.
He's already
But I
very
would like to
calm
do
at
that.
the moment. I mean, he's not
Yeah.
in combat calm, but I'll say that you could try it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Try it.
It's up to, but as a receiving character, it's up to him about how the spell works in a way. As I mentioned,
Okay, because one of the options that you can suppress any effect, you can suppress any effect causing the target to be charmed or frightened. I don't know if that counts as a charm or what.
it's
I'm
totally
neither
up to the
charmed
receiving
nor
player.
frightened.
So as a receiving player, you can choose your role. You can succeed, auto fail, however you like to TM.
I don't want you to waste a spell. I'm neither charmed, frightened. That is not the status effect I'm under. So
I would still have done it, even if it automatically fails. That he probably would have tried that at least.
yeah. So you
Because he
try
doesn't know
that.
totally what's going on.
And she goes, "Oh, you're right. I just need to calm down and we'll get dinner prepared eventually. Come, why don't you join me and try some of this? I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We always have a little more left." She shakes like the rest of mixed bottle at you. Just okay.
You know what? I'll play along. Whatever. I'm getting free food.
And
Okay.
Yeah. So
like a whole day of rations. Whole days of rations. The bread, the vegetables, the meats. They're all spread out on the shield, and it's all been well cooked and defined.
Do you have candle?
And do I have a candle? I only have a torch. So, like, I set a torch like in the ground, and I tried to take it out and set it like on a rock to make the shield a dinner table sort of thing. And I start divvying out like portions, and like the bread I use kind of as a separator to use as sauce. And okay, well there you go. You can have some. Please take as much as you want. There's plenty for everyone. Why is everyone asleep already? It's dinner time. I really wish they just.
We've had a rough.
I suppose everyone needs their beauty rest. They'll get it in the morning. They'll have leftovers.
You would see that there is actually dragons. Two small dragons are sleeping. But there is the big dragon.
Yeah.
And the Zergrid currently talking inside the rock.
Oh, young man, do you suppose you could bother them? I don't want to interrupt their conversation, but do you suppose maybe you could talk to them and invite them over for dinner?
They already had some penguin earlier. I think they're not going to be that hungry.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had penguin. I hope they're okay. You suppose you'd invite them anyways? Just to be courteous.
I don't speak their language.
Oh, they're foreigners, huh? What a shame.
They're talking kind of loud and they're talking in common.
Oh god, I thought they were speaking in Draconic.
Yeah.
By the way, the creature that is possessing me, is it evil?
Nick just kind of makes a fun face at you, like, why are you lying to me?
Okay.
Like, it's kind of a jerk.
No, that was an
You're
out of character
racist.
that was an out of character misunderstanding.
Okay, what do you
I
actually
wouldn't have
say?
done that. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk over to them. I'm going to out loud ask them to eat with us, but I have invasive thoughts. I'm going to use invasive thoughts to tell them he's acting weird. Please say no. while I am verbally telling them to come eat with us.
All right. The dragon, Namzara. I mean, actually, Georgie, what do you say first?
What do I say?
No, Namzara.
Zordred.
Zordred.
No.
I figured Georgia wasn't even in the conversation.
No, but Zordred, also you're like very zoned in conversation with Namzara.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The name. Ryan, yes.
Why is Ryan such a hard name to remember?
No, it's not just that. It's just that I have so many campaigns, it's hard to remember everything.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry, I had misunderstood. I thought it was just about the 2 younger dragons that you guys.
Yeah,
fought.
that's what I thought. It was 2 younger dragons as well.
Oh, it's 2 younger dragons only? Oh, okay. They're sleeping.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, but I mentioned that they were sleeping, though.
Yeah.
Oh, then who were talking?
Two
The 2 that are talking.
Yeah, 2 that are talking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Zordred.
Okay. Yeah, so the giant dragon and Zordred.
Yeah,
I would
big
look at you guys
orc.
and out loud I'm asking you to come eat with us, but I'm using invasive thoughts to tell you in your brain, please say no, he's acting weird.
So Zordred says, yeah, and keeps talking to Namzara as he just like casually like just strolls over to Nick. Just goes pop.
The punch on the face.
Oh wait, no, he would have forgotten. Yeah, he punches on the face. I forgot we did kick in the nuts. Totally forgot about that. Punches him in the face.
So Mick is like, oh, Sergeant, stop
And
waking me up.
Totally
With
ignoring
punches
Mick,
in
just
the
goes back in the
face.
conversation.
Oh God. Oh. Ryan, are you stealing my rations? You could have just asked, man. This looks really nice. Did you cook this all yourself? Like,
Yes, I
dang.
did for you, buddy. Listen,
Wow.
I know I used your rations, but yours are better than mine. I can give you some of mine if it's a necessity, but I figured you have better ingredients, you know?
I don't know. You made an impressive meal. I hate for it to go to waste. I guess we should eat. You know?
We should. There's some wine left over just for you, buddy. Just for
Did
you.
you-
You can have
did-
the rest of the wine.
Did you ask Zordred if he wanted to eat with us?
Yeah, I did. He doesn't want to.
Oh, all right. Good. All right then. All right, very good.
And then I eat with him.
So then Mick finishes his bottle, and then half a bottle of wine he has.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep. However, you can try to take a long rest afterwards again, so don't worry too much.
Do I have enough time?
You would have enough
I
time.
will.
Yeah. I mean, this
All right.
happened,
I'll long rest, and do you want me to roll for sleep again?
for the time being though, because I think we're about to wrap up the session here. This is a
Yeah.
3-hour time. We'll probably wrap it up. I'll say that you 11. I don't think you can exhaustion. I don't think so. And you are fine.
We'll just say I meditate or just eat well enough that I'm good or something.
Let's
Just
say,
being lazy around.
yeah. Let's be. I mean, I'll say you slept just fine. We don't have to do it
Okay.
every time.
Okay.
So I'll say that we will continue the session as the next morning. All of you guys wake up. However, if you are eating ration, do take a ration from today. If you don't not eating ration, then you should do hungry thingy. Yeah. Also, yeah. If you're not eating, I mentioned that there has to be something. It's not really a consequences, but it's maybe beneficial. I'll say that your character loses 1 pound if you don't eat anything for any day. But it will be regained very quickly if you start eating again. So there's that. So yeah, spend the ration and take a long rest, and we'll be continuing up from this point.
Should I do a con save to see if I don't get any exhaustion from
That's
staying?
a good point. That's a good point. Yep. I'll say, however, you did take a long rest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
You
ignore that
do.
one.
You're not sleeping, but you can take a long rest without sleep. So this is a relaxing moment with your friends. You're talking for a whole night, but you're not doing any stressful activities.
I
at all.
gotcha.
So you are long rested. You just you didn't sleep, and you make the DC, and you're not exhausted at all. You're fine. Yeah.
Um,
And yeah.
So I guess one thing I have to ask you as the DM is, am I going to be getting another research note of the things I've learned from Namzara?
No, you gotta write the notes yourself.
I mean, we just spent 16 hours talking, type thing.
Oh, that type of thing. I mean, okay, honestly, I don't want to write down 16 hours worth of stuff. It's actually 16 hours of stuff.
High level stuff.
Yeah,
High-level stuff,
fine. I'll give you this. I'll say
Yeah,
that
whatever.
later in the time, if you were to make a check regarding your past in that post 100 year duration, I'll say you have advantage once.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah. So record down 1 point, and you can use that point any time of your choice. So this is the history between your deaths and current position. Anytime in between, you can use this point to gain advantage.
So it's a one-time advantage?
Yes. Not permanent advantage. You will forget as the time goes on. But yes, you can use. Always refer to this moment.
How about permanent advantage up until 1 month of time? Good. I don't know. I don't want to keep everyone else. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But if anyone, those who are staying awake, can use the summary sessions of past sessions, as actual information if they were listening to Zordred's stories.
Yeah.
As well as you'll probably talk to Namzara in detail in the 16 hours about the Perfect Green research and all that stuff. So if any player doesn't have the Perfect Green research that like Ace and stuff turned out, and that stuff Zordred has, if you want to make it available to them, if anyone listening would have had that as well.
So, which one do you like to make available to who? Downtime research? Or just research?
It'll be the Clasping Monkey intel on Perfect Green,
Alright.
the downtime research, Zordred and K, and the research in general.
Okay,
From my
so
first
Classic Monkey Intel have been shared. All of you can read it if you want to. And I'm gonna share the downtime research that you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a good session tonight. I hope I didn't talk too much. I try to bring you guys into it as a player.
You were good. You were good. You brought us in well. I liked
You
all
were
the
totally fine.
introductions.
Okay.
I think that Mick and Ryan are going to be fast friends.
That's perfect. And yeah, 3 notes have been shared under handouts. Research, downtime research number 1, Zordred K. Classic Monkey Intel and Perfect Green. 3 things have been shared to you. You can read it if you want to. You don't probably have to, but yeah, feel free to read it.
It'll help with the RP of Perfect Green and whatnot down the road.
Yeah, and hopefully you can do something. Think about what you want to do next morning. Conversation is over. I imagine it's time for action. You could leave the area, say bye. You can have fun, or you can help these dragons or not, however you want.
Zordred would definitely be in the idea of helping them at least stop this undead wave that keeps coming at them, stronger and stronger.
And think of how to find them and stuff like that. So think of ideas. Feel free to use the chat in the thing. But time is time, so I'll be going.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I have an early morning tomorrow. So
Alright, see ya.
if you have any suggestions, let me know in private message afterwards. I need to go though today, relatively early. But woo!
Yep.
I hope
Later.
you guys have fun. It's 100% RP session, so that's weird. I guess
Yeah,
it's
that
not
was weird.
but yeah.
Yeah, it was good though.
We had a lot of
I
voices.
got to
That was
punch-
good.
I punched Mick.
Yeah,
He
always likes doing
combat
that.
yourself. And
Penguin
Jin was
got-
attacked.
Got
Yeah.
eaten. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Mini combat. So.
Yep. Later.
Oh shit, he left. I was gonna say we were talking about our role playing about my about Lograth's scar, but we never really got the chance to do that. I really haven't really thought on everything. This could be probably more for his background.
You can roll with stuffs too. If something sounds interesting or you have a fun idea, you can change your backgrounds or stuff like that too. Just let me know what is solid. Right now, I don't know.
This was something that we talked about for that I got that contract that Lograth.
It's necromancers, right?
This has something. This was something related to that. But I'll message you details about it as soon as I think of some.
This is as a player, but I thought that the necromancer that you were chasing maybe had to do with undeads? Question mark? Question mark? That was kind of intention too.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So definitely yeah.
That's what I had the basis off of. Like I knew he already tried to go after this group once, and clearly the scar across his eye was just a mere. You got lucky this time. Next time, it'll be more than just a scar. It'll be your head on a pike, kind of deal.
But yeah, hopefully that doesn't come to it though. So
Hopefully.
yeah. Hopefully we do.
But as soon as I think of some details about that, I'll message you and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and do you know that messaging me doesn't mean it locks it up. We need to, if you do write me a message and if I say yes, we need to write it on the background too, because long-term planning, I do go back and forth with the background, not with the messages. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So there is that.
Alrighty.
I hope you guys enjoy the session.
It's always a blast.
Yeah, man.
Week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very happy with everything. I don't want to keep you up too late. I know you got things you gotta do.
Yeah.
But I just want to say I always appreciate you, man. You're a great DM. You let things happen. I am curious about you said I got a successful checks a couple times and then nothing happened.
Oh, the dragon check, right?
Yeah. So I didn't know what I'm supposed to be doing with that.
Namzara in terms of the okay, so first check that I asked you to roll was a persuasion, right? When you were saying join the Great Feast and whatnot. Him as in character cannot currently physically leave here because, as I mentioned, his leg is crippled and his wings are crippled. So he actually can leave, but taking his children, that was a roll which failed, I believe, right?
Yeah, that failed.
Yeah, so children was failed, and himself going in and joining is kind of out of the question. But first rule, the purpose of it was that he recognized Yogg as the old god because historically the continent had the relatively horrible history with the old god.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that was I rolling to keep being able to talk to him, or
yeah.
I didn't know. So the first roll allowed the second, so I didn't get eaten. That's what it was. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
But my penguin got eaten. So I wasn't sure what was going on here. It kind of freaked me out a little.
That was children doing children things. So,
yeah, well,
that's why the elder sister is like, you idiot, it'll slap on the face. Yeah, so you could probably get your penguin be how do you call it? Paid for? I mean, if you just tell them Zara too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell him, you children eat my penguin. Maybe you can try it. He will probably do something for it. Yeah.
I don't know what, but we'll see next time. We'll try to think of something cool, man.
And also, he doesn't joining you now doesn't mean that he won't be joining you in the future. So he does remember your offer, joining him for the future thing, and so once you get fully healed back up, then he will be more up to actually doing stuff, right? So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Because right now he's kind of trapped in here, and his kids are around, so it's kind of hard for him to do much because they're kids.
Let me ask you: when you world build like this, are you like me and when you're DMing, you follow your party, but you also have oh, by the way, I know how much time the rest of this stuff in the world's happening, these other events, and you keep track of all the timelines all together all at once? Do you do that too, or is that just me?
Other world events?
Yeah.
Other worlds event does happen. For me though,
so when we leave,
groups have agenda.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when we leave this dragon, you'll be about how much time is it going to take her to heal? And why don't you leave her?
I have a detailed mechanic. It heals like 1 health per few days or something like that.
Okay.
With the effective regeneration, and Red Dragon usually common.
Ancient Red Dragon has a huge amount of health.
Yeah, so it will take about a year or so or two for it to fully regenerate to the healthy body. Although it won't, it won't be. It doesn't have to be fully healthy to to fly and stuff. So it won't be.
Hey man,
that, but yeah.
I give it back like 5d8, so add that in there. Don't forget.
It's not the health pool that is doing it. So what Namzara is doing is he goes in, and then he takes the he actually takes some damage. Ozzy is in there, and then but the regenerative effect, like think of it as like your max health is kind of locked out by the lost level.
Yeah.
And he kind of regenerates. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just
more of a mechanic. Yeah.
Just I mitigated the next damage he takes, so he'll be like a day faster or something. I don't know. How are you mechanically? I gave him temporary hit points or something with the blessing of Yogg or something. I don't know. However you want to think about it. I did something, man. I tried to make a friend. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard making friends when nobody likes you. Because you're a crazy person.
Okay, the thing is, it's hard to make a friend with a red dragon.
It is so hard.
Dragon. Like,
right?
Attitude-wise, all of you are kind of lesser being.
Yeah.
Jordred, he just respects him a lot because he helped him when he was needing help. In his stuff. So that's like different story for him, but for everyone else, you are like ants to it. It's like, oh, this ant is crawling on me. Is he trying to make friend? Yeah. If the spider is trying to make friends with you, like you don't make friends with spider. But kids are different though. So maybe you should go after kids. Priest kids.
Oh no! What are you doing?
I don't know.
But I was reading the rule book that you handed me, and there's other warlock traits that look appealing to me. So I might, whenever we get that next level, I might want to switch out some of my invocations or whatever, or. I'm trying to get some ideas for those things we were talking about. So I'm gonna, just like the rest of your players, be like, I'm gonna message you and I'm gonna pester you, and so I'll get back to you, man.
Yeah.
About the things.
If you want any fun idea, let me know. And
I'm trying to think of something fun for you, man. Then you can add it to your whole list of like, oh, these were custom ideas. Players, man. With them.
Also, like if you're waiting for me to give out gifts, it will take a long time, generally. Because like you generally like wait for the correct time. But if you want to hasten it, there says I do make deals. Inspiration is a common currency that I take as the thing.
Yeah.
Hit point, stats, those are things too. So if you want to go like I want make them be casting 5th level spells or warlocks, like
I'm a patient person. I don't care. But it's fine. I like the storytelling of like, oh, how am I gonna get this thing, or what's gonna happen to get there. I like the story, so I'm in it for that.
I think more that you play,
yeah.
The main thing that you're gonna figure out is that how heavy that the previous group did. Namzara, like those 2 kids, I believe is like I don't know. There's a YouTube video left of it. I don't think so, but I don't think it was recorded at all, but it was a previous party that met those 2 dragons, and these 2 kids were asking help to the party. Like, my father is really sick, and these fucking salamanders, I don't think he can take it on. So, yeah, and the group said, group actually allied with salamanders. So, yeah, that's why salamanders, Ruber the dragon, is waging war against bunnykind. It's like,
oh my god.
Bunnykind and humankind, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the general that was leading the human village is the old player character.
Oh, nice! That's smart of you. It's genius. I love it. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a jerk, though.
What a jerk. Well, I mean, at that time,
salamanders,
no. Everyone.
But like he allied with the salamanders, and now they're disputing like all the terror. That's.
Yeah. No, but like everyone wanted everyone else out, right? Like the Mandara's kid wanted the salamanders to be driven out.
Yeah.
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 and stuff like
So.
that. So
And there's no winning. There's no winning. There's just the continuing of this. It's great.
yeah,
So
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's what I'm in it for. I don't want the gifts and media. It's like, yeah,
You're cutting out.
I want the story. I want the story to how he gets that. I want the story of how we get there. Like that's why I'm playing. So I'm excited, man. Excited for next week. You prepare good shit. Got a lot to learn from you. Thank you for the materials today. Hopefully that'll make my my next session Sunday go a lot better. So really appreciate it.
All right.
Because I have a player that wants to be a pirate. He's like tired of my campaign and he wants a boat. Because I told him about our boat and he was super jealous.
Like, yeah.
So
It's
now
not
he-
gonna be a flying boat, right? So.
No, it doesn't have to be a flying boat. I'm like, all right, fuck off,
There's a
You're
rule
limited
about
to-
it. I'll send you another account. 5B ship. There is a option of ships of sea. Like, I think this is a link. Let's see. Yeah, this has most of the ship rules in there, stuff like that, and the ship stats as well. It has a
Thank
rule
you.
about crew members, so you need to hire crews, and crews has like a moral, and it depends on the moral they make immunity, and your ship does good or worse in general, type of deal. Because I doubt
Awesome.
anyone has a water vehicle proficiency. For the Exos type, he actually made a character around it. But anyway, I gotta go. So,
Yeah, man. Thank you
that's
again.
it.
Thank you. I'll see you. Bye.